It's called the Arch Burger.
Sup, man. We already got an audience already. You hear sound? Everybody hear sounds? The people that are watching right now, currently. Let me know. We good. Sup. Oh, mute that.
We're switching these out. I want to be cool.
Tonight.
I wasn't cool with that.
Oh, boy.
Do I look
It's
cool
going
now?
down. We always look cool.
Do I look like I'm not on welfare now?
You said welfare?
I'm just kidding.
You never look like that. Looking like a damn superstar.
Upgraded to the blue shades.
Alright, y'all. So here we are tonight. Season finale, part 1. The child, 5-year-old, the funeral, the fallout. And let's get to it. At the end of the day, we do a lot of things with ourselves in it. Security! But for real, like, at the end of the day,
I'll take you down.
this is a long time. Y'all seen me blast a lot of folks. Not a lot of folks. Y'all seen me go off. And when I go off, you know who and why. Well, what I've alluded to. But this one, I'm gonna tell my story. But from my 5-year-old self.
It sounds like
From
your
what I
chair is
started and the way that, my upbringing, things that literally affected and have shaped and molded who I am today. I want to really put the mask versus the kid type thing. You feel me? Because a lot of us, we go through life and we have things that we have our ways. And a lot of our ways are from our upbringing. And some of us have a lot of experience in a lot of places that we traveled to or a lot of things that we've done. Some of us haven't. At the end of the day, I had grown up initially with my mom, my dad. They divorced when I was 7. And then I did have an experience when I was able to fly to California. Well, actually, rode a bus cross country, which is not really that fun, but it is what it is. My dad wasn't able to, because he just moved out there. He didn't have a job. So his sister, my aunt, took me in while he kind of got himself together. And I stayed with them the whole time. And that was a nice little experience, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But a lot of people know who I am, the man. I don't know who the 5-year-old is. That little motherfucker don't speak tonight. But I'm going to introduce my guest. Before I even get on that part, showing appreciation for them taking time out and coming and giving us and y'all some love with their presence and then their contributions to this show. This gorgeous, beautiful singer next to me, the songbird, Miss Sammy Urich. Tell them about you. Most of them know and familiar with your face, but tell them again who you are, what you do.
My name is Birthday because you need blow out your candle. I'm your biggest wish. Ooh, I'm just fucking around. But welcome to the show. Welcome to West Virginia.
Who are you? They know where they're at. Who are you?
Hey, by the way, speaking of West Virginia, I know how to make moonshine the best you ever tasted.
So why haven't I tasted it yet then?
I did. I drank the whole can. I was supposed to sell it to
Man,
somebody, and then I had to apologize. 'Cause I was like, dude, sorry, I couldn't help myself. I drank my own can before I sold it.
You know how to make moonshine?
Yes, I do. You're gonna fly to the moon after
I
drinking
believe
that.
that. She doesn't want to tell us well, they know who she is. My man B. Tell them who you are. Tell them about yourself. Tell them what we got coming up soon.
I cook.
Very well. Yes, you cook very well. But where can they taste your cooking at? What do you have about to open?
Red's Rooster. So I can open. Give me 5 days. Next weekend, I got you. We open. I'm gonna have a party. It's gonna be a whole show.
That sounds like something.
We gotta do a show from there.
Pick up from the pharmacy.
Oh, we already on that.
That sounds like some
and for y'all that don't know, this is the last episode.
Side
This
effects.
is
Death possible.
Bamboo Speaks first official sponsor.
Absolutely.
So that's big. That's big
Absolutely.
as far as I'm concerned. Because YouTube ain't gonna even give me a second look until I get 500 subscribers. Right now, I got 151. So if you are not a subscriber, you watching right now, hit the subscribe
That we
button.
get once we open.
At
That
the
we
end
get
of the
them.
day, we're gonna rock. You
That
know
we
what
get
I'm
them.
saying? And he can really cook on chef level, like, and as do I. Like, but you know, right now I'm in my podcaster, TV show host type hat.
And as somebody who's traveled literally everywhere and tried every type of food, every dish from all over, I like food and I know good food when I taste it because I've had it. He can cook. I don't know about you. I'm not going to give you a rating because I haven't tried it. But I assume you can. We'll see. We'll have to see about that.
I went to school.
And
As long as I don't end up in the ER on the fucking stretcher, we'll be okay.
So, and but I just know him and his character.
He's good.
I can't wait. But the fact that he supports the show and loves what's going on here, and it's literally like get the biggest banner you can find and put it on my building type stuff, like that's love.
That's what we're doing.
So we doing it, y'all. But getting into first round of this because it's gonna be this part one. We got part two coming for season 5. You're gonna have to tune in to season 5 to see how this shit really ends.
Hey, you know Chris's new one.
I don't know about y'all, but I was not only labeled as a bad kid, I was a bad kid. I agree with that part. It wasn't just labeled. I was a bad little motherfucker. But at the end of the day, I just had questions. I didn't I didn't want to just take people's word as it was. You know what I'm saying? I respected my parents all the way to my fucking till now, till an adult. Didn't talk back because that got you slapped. You know, I don't know if it's just a black mom thing or what, but like, and then my dad had left when they divorced when he was 7, but eventually when he never came back into the house. So like he was gone out of the house per se, but then at 10, that's when we had moved to California and drove the bus across, and he never came back to California. But at the end of the day, I was bad. I was just in everything. And I think we talked about this on the other show. And I could.
Give me two seconds. I promise. I'll talk like an auctioneer and I speed it up even faster to make it even faster. So before Christmas roof, I was been in my garage for 50 years and then my granny passed away and I gotta get rid of it. Buy it now. 10 cents. Alright. Any fuck way. You know what my mom used to do when I would get in trouble, y'all?
What?
I grew up on a farm. She would make us run the hills and she would chase us around with the lawnmower to make sure we didn't stop running. She would chase us on the lawnmower. She'd be like,
that's it?
Keep running, keep running, keep running.
Was the lawnmower
She
running?
said, you're lucky I'm punching you
Was
this
the
way.
lawnmower
You get 6
engaged?
packs.
Was the lawnmower running? Was the motor running on the lawnmower? Or was it just off?
I know. All I know is that lawnmower broke as soon as she ran over some kind of rock. It went up in the engine and that
So
shit
then the
popped.
lawnmower was actually
That lawnmower
engaged
went
and
bye-bye,
running and turning,
and then she
and
could
she
no
was running
longer
behind her.
terrorize us and chase us around. We were like, yes, now we can be bad, not
So
get
for
chased.
y'all that have the 48, the first 48, and need some some old files to find some answers, you might need to go start with that lawnmower. I don't know.
And then she wanna act like she don't know why there's patches up in the fucking garden. Why is there so many dirt patches? Maybe because you fucking yeeted the lawnmower at 50 miles per hour.
She had the level of the deck was down a little too low.
Potholes all up
You
in the
gotta
dirt
raise the
shit.
level of the deck.
Trying to punish me and you destroyed your own garden, bitch. I plant the carrots won't grow.
Because obviously, as an adult, I know the difference between being bad, being unheard. But a lot of times, I felt unheard, so I always felt like I wanted to prove a point. And what was crazy was I would not do the same thing all the time. My mom would she'd get on me to the point where if I got a whooping for that, I didn't do that again. And she was like, "Damn, you're always doing this and doing that." And I said, "Well, at least I'm not doing the same thing every day." I think that got me an ass whooping too, because she's like, "Oh, you trying to be funny?" But I wasn't. I just was very creative with everything.
They tried to put the hot sauce
or
in
not being bad.
But I like spicy, so I was like, this ain't a punishment. Give me more. I like the shit. I like spicy.
I tried that with the belt. She
Jokes on you. I like spicy.
Belt, and then
give me more hot sauce.
It seemed like the belt wasn't really getting it for her. and then she upgraded to the extension cord, and I got the extension cord for the rest of my tenure as a kid. Then, but the double cord, and then she tried the Nintendo cord one time, and then like,
Which cord?
she went from the belt to the extension cord. Don't let that swing so much. Step over it if you can. It's literally all the way low. Just
Hold on,
cord.
we're not supposed to be talking to
Yeah,
people
that's
that
tight.
are off. We don't talk to off camera.
But no, she started with the belt, and apparently the belt wasn't good enough, and then she graduated to the extension cord.
So you never had to switch?
Grandma did the switch.
You had to go outside and get it
She
yourself?
knocked all the little flower
Granny,
buds off
Granny
of
with
it,
the blick, she
and she
flipped the
used the
switch.
switch.
You had to go outside and get it yourself and then bring it back to
Yeah,
her?
so I got it.
Uh-oh.
You know what? That's kind of
She's
like
giving
that's
them
kind of like
rounds out.
that's redundant because I'm not bringing no big ass branch. You got me fucked up.
No, I
Watch
would.
out.
Fuck you.
Glock
But you know what
Granny's
my
on the
trick
way.
was? I would cut little notches in
Better
it
act right.
all the way down, so when she hit, and it would break.
That's funny. That's funny as shit. And real shit. But I'm not just got a branch that it wasn't the biggest. No. But then Pussy Willow Tree, if you're familiar with it, you've grown up. And Norfolk, Portsmouth, I'm sorry. Because that's my grandma was in that neighborhood.
I'm talking
And
about
those the branches aren't the biggest to begin with, but I would bring something. She'd be like, "Boy, you better stop playing with me."
Go outside and get it now.
And I had to go get it. No.
Granny's
'Cause if
not
I
fucking
go
playing.
get it, you already know. Because if they go get it, it's a wrap.
Better watch out before she uses
But-
its dentures and knocks you.
But look,
Gives you a black
My
eye.
grandma ain't never had
And then somebody's gonna ask, "Hey, yo, why?
This-
What happened? Why you got a black eye?" Dentures.
My grandma had
Dentures
good
on
teeth.
the fucking eye.
My grandma had good teeth. She had pork
I-
her entire life.
Everybody had this. I don't know.
Better act
But at
right.
the end of the day, like, no, we didn't question them. I learned quickly how to get the right branch. For me,
They had to be strategic
very strategic.
and schematic. I like
But-
that word.
Outran
my
the
mom-
nanny
My mom wasn't a branch tree nature person. She
or
just
good
beat
granny.
ass with whatever she could find in the room,
Belt,
and
Extension cord.
it was whatever. Like, but
flip flop, spatula.
I always say, and a lot of people don't necessarily
Mom
know
used to
what it
smack me with
means,
a
but
fucking spoon.
you know what eccentric means.
Not
So,
my face,
like,
but my hand. She
you
was
know,
my hand.
A lot for y'all that are not really familiar with the term eccentric. If a person is running in a straight line and then you come in a curved arch,
Curved
the
arch.
mentality is that both people running the different routes will reach their point of or the ending point at the same time. That's eccentric. So in other words, I'm never in the box. I'm always thinking outside the box. I'm always different. But being different sometimes made me better, sometimes not so much. So for me to come home from, because my parents had a no tolerance policy when it came to school, as do I with my kids.
Speaking
Anybody
of-
else's kids is like, yeah, I can't make you do nothing
I
or
hope
this
you
or that,
do
but I know what I would take
is my package?
and I know what I would tolerate. And one thing I'm tolerate is you fucking up the school. If I gotta come to school, yes,
I'm
asshole.
waiting for my
So my mom would literally like get me and bring me home, and then like, oh, you gonna boom boom, you get your ass whooped, boom, boom, and get the stitch cord, whatever it was. But I'm not sitting in that fucking room and waiting on you to beat my ass.
You didn't wait.
Fuck no, I was a runner. Who's a runner? It's a chest. No, I ain't. Fuck no. I ran. You gonna chase me? I'm gonna stand there for 1 or 2 hits and then I'm out. I'm bolting.
What?
Yeah. That's probably too right. She
But you can't
upgraded to
run
the
my
extension
car.
cord because she could like and like extend it
Try me.
and make it a little bit longer to come across the dining room table.
Of course.
I remember those.
It would go
And
around
then
corners.
and she started to gain weight, so she wasn't like running like back in my younger days. Not when she was slim, nah, I wasn't. But as she got,
You took advantage
Then she
Who-
got a little
what y'all
slower.
think? Well, yeah, maybe there's something.
because
Yeah,
it
I
gets
think
worse
there's-
because she gonna wait till you sleep or something. My
No.
grandma was
Nah, she worked at night. But post office 46 years. Then retired
Well,
from there.
tell her to put a word in to ask them where the fuck is my package? Who the fuck they hired and who's
She gonna
handling my
have to
box?
get God to
I've
send
been
that
waiting 5
message.
weeks
She
for
know
my
she
shit.
ain't. She
That
ain't
motherfucker must be in a
every-
coma or something.
you
He must
ran.
be hibernating.
Every
Where's
time.
my damn box?
Bro, I was
She
terrified.
got. If I was bad,
5 weeks. I'm not kidding.
but I was also unheard.
How come every time I come on the show
I
I'm talking
might
about
as
how
well
terrified I
put on
was?
UPS shirt and
You
give him
ran.
the
I was
office myself.
terrified. I felt like if I
I'm
You didn't
ran,
think I was? What?
if I ran,
I learned early.
I gotta
that,
come back.
I learned early that in life, I guess, is that you take enough for them, and the rest they're like, to chalk it up.
I want the whole ass whipping right now.
I got hit for a little bit, but then like I'm like, fuck this.
My philosophy.
And I didn't say fuck this, but I'm like, fuck this. I ran.
That's why I'm in such
I
good
need the
shape.
whole ass whipping right now.
My ass
I don't want
whippings were running
like
hills.
residual
run,
ass
run,
whippings.
run. My mom would make me run and run up and down the hills and
Or
chase me
you
with the
just got
tractor.
like
If I
mental
stopped,
punishment.
she would.
worried about
She
a
would. If
UPS
I tried to
package.
like sit down or stop, and she told me to run, that was my punishment. That was my
Do
discipline.
you know what a
If
stanchion
I was
code
bad,
is?
she
I'm
would
saying,
grab
did
my
you ever have
scruff,
a
my
belt
collar,
across
she'd be
your
like,
ass?
"With your fat ass, you fucking running. I didn't tell you to stop.
I mean, a whooping,
You need to
like
keep
an
running until you
actual
learn your
whooping.
lesson."
Have you ever heard of the term stanchion code?
Stinky. What?
Stanchion code.
Extension
Extension
cord.
code.
Thank you for translating.
I can't hear. I'm deaf.
You ain't never heard stanchion code. If you hear the word stanchion code, that
What
means
is that?
extension cord.
The thing that the
But
light
when she say it like that means you getting your
That
ass
sounds like
whooped
some-
that night.
IT shit, and I didn't go.
Go give me that stanchion code. You getting your ass whooped.
So my
You never heard
question,
that term?
my question
No, I
is-
just got my ass whooped anyway without that.
with what? Like a belt?
A spoon.
A spoon.
What kind of spoon? Like a ladle?
No, a metal spoon. Because my mom,
like-
Like a Kool-Aid spoon?
for whatever reason, there's a rumor that if you crack your knuckles, pop your knuckles, it gives you arthritis, which isn't true.
Later in life.
That does not
It's
help
not
you,
actually
but
true.
it does
That's
help your
completely
ligaments
false.
though. In
So
the
if I
long term.
pop my knuckles, pop my bones, crack them, my
What's
mom
up,
would be
man?
like, "You're gonna get arthritis. You're gonna fuck up your fingers." She would smack my hands with a metal spoon. She'd be like, "You want to pop your knuckles so
Did you
bad?
ever smack your hands on that spoon?
I'll pop it for you. Watch this.
So,
Pop, pop, pop."
so mentally, how did that affect you? Then?
Mentally,
How did that make you feel?
I still pop my knuckles. I guess I just got stronger fingers. They learned how to withstand.
But so like, all right. Actually, it makes sense. I get that.
No, I want to delve more into this.
Hey.
Dad,
You know what? No.
I
We're
got
still in the
used to
intro.
it.
Go ahead with the intro. We'll get back to this later.
That's why my fingers are
We're
like
coming
this.
back to your office.
So
That's why they curve.
but what
Damn
did
spoon.
what did you learn from
I saw
that
spoon
type
more
of
than
discipline?
sun.
What did you learn from that type of discipline?
That I'm still not gonna listen and pop my knuckles.
See, yeah, you couldn't come from that.
But I know for a fact the spoon's gonna fucking hurt. So I better not bitch if I get hit with a spoon because I still didn't stop.
I can't confirm or deny about the arthritis
It's like the
part,
people
but I
that chew
know
on
that once you
ice.
start
It was an
popping
anxiety
things,
habit.
like I
for me, so
crack
I
my
didn't
neck,
stop.
you don't undo that. That habit never leaves. It will be for the rest of your life.
And it doesn't give you arthritis.
So even if you don't
but
get
it makes it
arthritis, if you
swell.
don't
Makes
like
your
cracking
fingers
your
swell.
shit, don't crack
So
your
you're gonna
shit.
get some fat ass Vienna sausage fingers. But you're not gonna get arthritis.
I mean,
you're just
I've
gonna
been
get
cracking
sausage
mine
fingers.
all my life. I don't have arthritis, but I
They're gonna
promise
swell
you,
up from popping.
I know that I feel
24/7.
something from cracking my knuckles. So like, it is what it is. But and so from that, all right. So let me take myself. Or let me go to you.
What's
'Cause
up?
you didn't.
What?
You just want to be like
You
hype man,
didn't
or do you?
I'm here for you.
He's here for me.
What you want to know from me?
Graham fries.
What you want to tell us? What's that little kiss?
The graham fries.
I have no idea where to start. You know how much stuff this little kid got to talk about?
About as much as most kids that day.
I had an
Hiding
imaginary,
in the soul.
I had an imaginary friend named Ralph,
I still have one.
and I
Because
still blame shit on him.
Ralph.
I can't find too many
Yeah.
real motherfuckers. I got imaginary people.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's the only one that put me in my place and give me that real friend talk. And me and Ralph still talk, so we can start there. So in about 19
years ago? Or at the age of 19?
What?
Oh,
19 ass whoopings later?
Oh, I can't even count that.
I had thousands of whoopings. I got
You
whoopings
can count
on the West
those?
Coast
You had
on the East
thousands?
Coast.
That's
I
too,
got whooped
that's too easy.
weekly.
You saw a few.
I got whooped.
I got
weekly.
millions.
I got
trillion,
whooped by
billions.
professional
I almost want to
assholes.
say daily, but on the East Coast, my mom whooped me. Yeah, I get it.
I've been hit by a spoon so fucking hard.
That metal one?
I feel like my
That
hand
Kool-Aid spoon?
turned upside down, inside out, twisted. And I looked down and it was still the same.
I think
But it
looked a
felt
little
like
soft,
it twisted up.
That part.
I think it looked a little soft.
Ooh. That doesn't sound painful, but it is. You're gonna hear
So-
that clink, clink, and it's gonna send a shock up the whole body.
But but even though we're talking in a metaphorical or figurative sense, that kid, along with every other aspect of you was learning and taking notes throughout the year. So like the difference between being disciplined and
That sounds like a cow. I'm sorry.
Well,
Your cherry twisted.
yeah,
It said,
I need W. I need
It
W
sounded
for it.
like a fucking cow. You made me fucking laugh. I was like,
it's the W. It's the
the
cherry.
fuck? We didn't go to the farm one night.
I forgot to pick up the W for it.
The way the prices are in grocery shit. There's a cow here. Give me some free
We
fucking
can
milk.
pull
Where's
some
my
tequila
gallon?
on it.
Where's my carton of milk? Bitch,
Pull some
give me some
tequila on
milk.
it.
You got
Tequila
milk.
is
Right. But discipline versus frustration
That was funny.
from your parent, your mom and dad. But the first moments you felt misunderstood. One of the first moments you felt misunderstood.
Oh, fuck. I'm first.
Yeah, where we gonna go?
You go
I might
first.
be a little too like
You go first.
I might be a little too
I'm in timeout.
in depth for this kind to go first. A quick version. You know how like the whole world is on this mental health shit now.
Yeah.
They are now because they're starting to identify things. But yeah,
The first time I remember like not being heard was like waking up one day crying. Everything felt dark. Like I didn't know what it was. Right. And you go to your parents and you're like, something's wrong. You crying or whatever. And they're like, what you crying for? Well, shut that crying up before I give you something to cry about.
You had to tough back in them days. I know something about.
But in retrospect, like, bro, that was the beginning, the early stages of mental health. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong. Like, I need your help. But they didn't know how to deal with that, so I don't blame them for it. But yeah, that's my first time not being heard, and I learned a quick lesson, and I never like relied on anybody since.
And
He
you,
reminded me
when
of
was
something.
your first time you felt misunderstood?
I have the perfect example about mental health, about what he just said. When you have parents that don't really understand, or especially if they're old school and they think completely different and they just don't get it, they don't understand. I have the perfect. So it still hurts to this day. I forgave my mom, but it still does bother me. I'm not going to lie to this day. When I was in, I think it was 9th or 10th grade, when I was in high school, my mom labeled me as like rebellious and like out of control, didn't want to listen and stuff because I was always angry and irritable and yelling at her, arguing, like not listening, challenging her. Really, the whole time I just had depression, and I feel like nobody was understanding how I felt, what I was going through. They wouldn't listen to me. They didn't understand the whole time, and I got diagnosed with depression. And my mom did something that she thought would help me, but it still hurt me to this day. It really made me feel worse, and it hurt me so bad. She sent me to a group home for my entire year, sophomore year. I spent sophomore year in a group home, and I didn't get to say goodbye to any of my friends. It was like she tricked me too because she knew that it would upset me, but she thought that me being in like a therapeutic group home, whatever facility, but it made me worse because I needed those friends at the time. They weren't my support. They were the people that gave me a shoulder to cry on. They were the people I leaned on top. They didn't even know what happened to me. I had no cell phone. I had no access. She said I was going to stay with my aunt, like taking a little break from school, staying with my aunt. She's like, you can spend some time with your aunt, mental health break. We pull up to this building. I'm like, what is going on? And she's like, look, I hope you understand. Like, I think this will make you feel better. I'm trying to help you.
Put that on you the last
Because she
second.
was trying to label me as like an out of control, behavioral, rebellious kid. But really, I just was irritable and acting out because nobody would take the time to listen to me. And I got diagnosed with depression. I really was just dealing with depression and fighting mental battles. That's what it was. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't rebellious. I wasn't a bad kid. I was just not being heard or understood. And I was depressed and I was really struggling mentally. Nobody would listen to me.
And that's like
I
being
wasn't a bad
misunderstood
kid.
and overlooked.
And my friends thought that I died or something bad happened to me because I had no phone. And it was like, oh, you're staying with your aunt. Like, we're going to take a break. You can have a break from school. Boom. We pop up at this facility and she drops me off. She's like, look, I hope you understand. Like,
No warning, no nothing.
no. I literally left my school. I didn't say bye to nobody. I didn't even know. I thought I was staying with my aunt for a little while, like just taking a mental break, staying with my aunt up in North Carolina. They dropped me at this fucking facility, this building, it was like, well, it was called New Hope, Carolinas. It was like a therapy group home facility for like mentally challenged and kids who struggle or kids who like got expelled or dealing with challenges. They get in fights. They get in trouble at
Like
school, at
alternative
home
school.
life. Yeah, like in yeah, I had no phone. And then like when I got out and I logged in my Instagram, whatever, I had all these messages from my friends from my original school. They're like, "Yo, like, did you die? Did something bad happen to you? You know?" They had no idea. It was like I just disappeared off the map, and everybody was freaking out, not knowing what the hell happened to me. And it honestly made my mental health even worse. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Those facilities, parents send their kids like Danielle Bergoli was one of them. You know what I'm talking about? She got sent to one of those shits. They literally abuse people. They were if a kid like if the girls got in fights or if they were yelling at the staff or acting out, having a mental breakdown, they didn't sit down and listen to them and try and de-escalate. They escalated it more and they would taunt them almost. And they would call them names like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, you're mental." Like, they would like taunt them and push their buttons and shit and make it worse. And they would restrain them, but they would do it in a way that wasn't even like legitimate, safe way to restrain. It wasn't like the real way. There's a real way, a safe way a professional is supposed to restrain someone that they're trained. These people weren't trained. They were just like randos, random people fucking hired that acted like they were professional. They didn't even know what they were talking about or even trained to do these things. And they were hurting them. They would restrain them so rough. This girl, like, she didn't break, but she strained her wrist. Like she had a strain, like a tear in her wrist because they restrained her so rough. They twisted her arm up.
What age group?
They weren't even really trained. These people weren't even like real trained people.
What age group with kids?
It started 6th grade all the way to 12th. It was 6 to 12, middle and high school age range. And we had roaches too.
You pretty
It
much
was so unclean. There was roaches running around. I woke up with a roach on my pillow and I freaking screamed. And they ran in there and they're like, "Yo, what's wrong? Is something wrong?" "There's a roach crawling up in my covers in my pillow. What the fuck? Who the fuck wants to snuggle with a roach? I got a teddy bear for that bitch. I don't need a roach."
So
That's nasty.
You touched on 2 points.
And then I couldn't fall back asleep. I was scared there was gonna be a roach crawling up in my hair and shit. Okay. Time out. I'm gonna time out. Okay, your turn.
Everybody done dealt with roaches at one point or not. Damn it, when the roach shares your French toast, then you've arrived.
I'll say 2 words.
Roach, gotta go.
Raisin Bran.
That part. I hate that cereal now. Because we couldn't
I'm
tell
about
the
to
raisins from the
fucking get a
roaches.
stick of dynamite and
But
blow this
y'all know what
bitch
I'm
up
talking about.
But
to
you
get
hit
these
you
roaches
hit
out of here.
you hit some points.
No,
and
I
one
can't be
being
racist.
being overlooked because they didn't even your mom at the time didn't even consider you to let you know what was about to happen, and you, I'm sure, felt unprotected.
And the fact that she knew that it would bother me, that it would upset me to the point that you have to go out of your way to trick me and make me feel like I'm just staying with my aunt and taking a break from school.
I wasn't a trick. You was
And then we
bamboozled.
pull up to this
Come
building.
on. You probably thinking all kind
Imagine
of
how traumatized I was. I was literally freaking the
We
fuck
doing
out.
cold stuff.
I'm like, "Yo, where?" I'm like, "Where am I? What's going on? Why am I at this building? Like, what is this?" I started sobbing and I grabbed onto like, what is that shit that's up on the roof of the car that people can grab onto, the little handle? I was grabbing onto the little handle and I was like, "No, I'm not going in. Please, 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 Mom." I started sobbing. I was like, "Please." She's like, "I'm just trying to help you. Like, they're trained for this. This is to help kids who are struggling, troubling, whatever." I'm not crazy. Like, I'm just depressed and I'm sad and I was suicidal. I feel like I didn't have anyone who would really sit down and listen and understand what I was going through because my mom grew up old school. She is in her 60s. She grew up in a whole different
She was a
timeline.
gangster.
So
we
she
know
doesn't-
about old school.
She doesn't understand that mental health is really a legitimate thing. She like, "Oh, you're just a bad kid acting out. You're just behavioral. You're just acting out."
I mean, back in the days, a lot of parents didn't.
They didn't
If your
know.
kid is acting
At
up
5
and
years
challenging
old-
you, there might be something mental going on. Check on it.
All right, so at 5 years old, I was diagnosed with ADHD, and that was her being. It was really the teachers. I was a handful of school. I was a handful everywhere. I was like the black dentist, the menace, the don't drink your juice while in the hood. I was all of them wrapped in one. My neighborhood, pretty big neighborhood in PG County, Prince George County, Maryland. Born in DC, grew up in Maryland. But the neighborhood was fairly big with a lot of kids. my house first. That's how bad I was. But I can remember a time when I was misunderstood and overlooked at the same time.
Mhm.
My dad, still in the house, probably like 6.5, somewhere around there. Went to
Because
Wendy's
kids do have different
and
ways of
and
expressing.
brought home food.
They
for
got
us to eat.
something internal, mental.
Me and my brother were downstairs in the basement
Usually that's
eating,
acting out.
and the ketchup packs back then, it was fucking hard as shit though.
Oh, I got a story about
Like
that.
for real, like hard. And so this motherfucker, and we're gonna get to you, bitch. I'm coming for you on this one, bitch.
Fuck it.
Open up a
Bitch.
Hold on. That my bitch. Open up a ketchup pack and hit my white t-shirt. Something like gold back in the days or something for some
man.
reason.
He thought it was art class.
Squeezed that
He
joint,
tried
and even though he didn't
He
do
thought
it,
it was funny. didn't
He
he
thought it
didn't do
was
it
tie-dye.
intentionally. No, he didn't do it. He just that shit, motherfucker's hard to open. Boom, and hit my shirt. My dad though, who ex-Marine, black belt ×2, could beat anybody that I knew of, a bad motherfucker. Came downstairs and literally was like, "Why you put ketchup on your shirt?" That's first way he went. He didn't say what happened. How did ketchup get on your fucking shirt? He said, "Why'd you put the ketchup on your shirt?" Immediately, because you know what, my rep, I guess I don't fucking know, but I said I didn't do this, and he literally beat my ass because of the ketchup on my shirt. And this little bitch nigga, fake ass brother next to me didn't say shit. He didn't say no, Dad, it was me, and he didn't give a fuck. He beat my ass, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm an elephant. I hold that shit. When he passed something about 10 years ago, I literally on his deathbed. Remember that time you beat me for the ketchup on my shirt? He didn't even remember. I refreshed his fucking memory though. You feel me? Like I reminded him how I got on there, and he beat my, and he was like, "I'm sorry, son. I wish, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit fucking hurt."
Yeah. In more ways than one.
Because then it's like even when you tell the truth, it don't fucking
It don't
matter.
matter. Yeah.
And for a kid to process shit like that, you're always looked at as
And some
you're
parents
lying.
literally
You're
do
always
have
looked at
favorites,
as
and they be sitting there lying. acting
can't
like
be
they do.
trusted. You feel me?
But it
So like,
shows
you know
more
what I'm
than
saying?
Some parents try to sit there and act like they don't have their favorites and their pick, but some parents
That
really
wasn't even
do.
about favorites.
My
He just-
mom,
he just
My
didn't
sister
bring
was a
shit out
good,
there.
goody. I can't talk. My sister was a goody two shoe, and ass kisser to my mom. Like the family snitch, tell everything to my mom.
You gotta-
That
you
changed.
gotta-
I told her she should have been the town sheriff. The way she's snitching, getting throwing everybody.
That part.
But my mom, one of her like favorite lamps that she got from Turkey. It
What,
fell,
Chile?
no, my sister,
She
my
did.
sister bumped it. My sister bumped into the table and knocked it off, and it shattered. It was like one of those mosaic glass, like handmade
Like a
glass
Christmas tree.
blown, like a nice glass blown mosaic lamp from Turkey.
Wait, it was mosaic?
Yeah,
It was
I don't know
mosaic,
if that's.
though?
I think that's how you say it. Yeah.
And it was from Chile. It
You
wasn't
said it
from-
right. Come on,
No,
keep
it
on,
was
come
from
on.
Turkey.
It was from Chile.
It got knocked off and it shattered. It broke. And then my sister, she knew what she was doing. She played the part. She knew. She said,
She didn't
"Mommy,
get in trouble.
mommy, it was her, not me. It was her. I
Damn.
swear."
Are you still cool with this?
And then
sister?
I got fucking spanked, and well, I had to act like I had to act like it hurt. I was like, oh,
It didn't hurt.
no, I had snow pants on. This was like when there was a blizzard. This was in the winter. I had snow pants on. I'm like, well, you can pretend. This is like pretend spank because I don't feel a thing. It's like I got snow pants. I got cushion. I can't feel it.
Are you still cool with that sister to this
But
day?
it wasn't even me. It wasn't even me.
You and
Where's
sister still
that
cool?
sister at right now?
Yeah, where's she at?
She's family at the end of the day, but you can't change people.
No,
people
are
are
y'all still
people.
cool, though?
I mean, she's my sister. I love her, but some people are cunts. My sister is a cunt. She's one of them that's like you
Real
been.
shit.
She knows. Let's say you're going through something.
You know,
You
God
have.
said that
Let's
word
say you're
out
really going through it. You're really
loud. God said
struggling,
that word out loud.
and she knows you're going through it and having a hard
See,
time,
you like,
and she has to
can't
make
put
it harder
that
for you.
cunt.
She gonna find something. She's gonna find something to cope with you. Oh, there's a crumb on the floor. You need to sweep. You need to do this. It just bitch.
So
She
basically
just
she's
makes
been
it
a
worse
thorn.
when you already have it.
So
when you're already
basically,
going through. She
she's
just
been a-
has to go out of her way to be
She's
strong.
been a thorn in your side for a very long time.
Yes. She's one of those people who's like you can tell. You can just tell when somebody is unhappy. You can tell when they're unhappy
Do it again.
because they're so fucking rude to everybody. They treat everybody like scum, and they talk to you like you ain't shit. and they're always picking at you, trying to be the bully.
So we don't want you to spaz right now. Let that go.
But
Next.
that's unhappy person. She's just not a
That
happy
part.
person, and it is what it is. But I still love her.
Okay,
She's family.
we're moving on.
She's
Alright,
not
so
happy.
I remember a time when I felt unprotected from my mom. It was quite a few times actually. But when I was 17, she, after dealing with me through school and all the money she spent on, me getting in trouble and restitution for a lot of stuff, she took me to therapy, which is one of the reasons why now I don't believe in therapy, nor do I believe in psychiatrists or any of that other stuff. But that's just me because of this one particular situation. And the guy that we were seeing would talk in a way that some of the movies you probably all have at least once watched at least once. And he's literally like straight textbook and he's applying that same text to every fucking person that comes in his office. Like they're not people, they're objects and whatever, right? They're not even looking into what's making me tick and what's making her tick. Just throwing out what he learned in a textbook. I swear to God, it wasn't even but a few sessions, and his first go-to was, well, sometimes when a child gets a certain age of 18, you put them out. Why the fuck you gonna leave with that? Why is you trying to?
I've been moved out
Instead of
since
fixing the
17.
family, he's literally just on a mission. What it felt like to break the family up, and then at the end of the day, what parent goes around immediately thinking, "I want to put him out"? Eventually, over time, what he said sunk in her head. And I remember we were at the sink washing dishes. She was teaching me how to wash dishes, and she was like, "I don't think about putting you out." And I laughed in my entitled ass self.
Wait, there's a conversation about
I got
What
put out
this
at
little
17.
motherfucker said,
My senior
and
year,
says like,
senior-
"Hey,
the
I'm
day I
thinking
turned
about putting
18,
you out."
I was out.
And I was like, "Put me out." I was like, "Really? Damn, you ain't put me out. You love me, mom. I'm a baby, right? You ain't put me out." Sure enough.
you're the youngest.
It makes you
Yeah,
strong, though.
there's
It
only two
teaches you
of
how to work hard because you have no other choice but to
I
become
saw- but-
hardworking and
However,
self-sufficient.
I
and
didn't
you have
even
to be
give her
self-sufficient.
that
You
opportunity
don't have a choice.
because when I was, this probably was the same year, honestly. I stole my brother's car at night while he was sleeping. And then I drove, and anybody knows about the DMV, the 495 is fucking confusing as fuck, especially for a 17-year-old kid who don't drive on a regular basis. And honestly, you can drive that bitch in a complete circle
The
and
dumb
keep going in a
motherfuckers at
circle,
Virginia
right?
DMV.
But
Dumb
when you
motherfuckers
get
at
around
Virginia.
like the
Oh,
the
not you.
MGM area, National Harbor area, that
We
mixing
make
bowl.
exceptions.
Hey, sorry.
Hey.
When you get around that mixing bowl, 395, 95, 49, that shit's confusing. So I didn't get back in time for the car to cool down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you try to play it up. Like, I'm, get the car back and cool down. I got lost basically in a fucking circle. Make sense, right? But so I'm the fuck it type. So I was like, you know what? Tell my best friend, fuck it. And we drove that bitch to Florida.
Yeah.
so I didn't have to get put out. I fucking dipped on my own
Just
because
keep
I didn't want to face my brother, my sibling. Whatever. I don't have a brother, but I didn't want to face my sibling. So we drove to Norfolk. I mean not Norfolk, but Roanoke, and stayed down there. Eventually, they came and got the car or whatever, but I never ended up living back in the house. What is something that that shaped your attitude, your decisions, or your emotional thinking, your wiring? What is something that affected you from childhood, adolescent, early adult that has been a contribution to your wiring, how you think today?
Which one
You
was?
going first?
You want me
Start
to
with
go
Shayla.
What is something that shaped me?
Yeah.
What is something that
Like
shaped
pivotal
me and made and helped me
Yeah, pivotal point.
build to who I became today? Well, for one, like I said, I was thrown out like literally the day I turned 18. And I was working doubles. I was working 12-hour shifts every day at a restaurant. Actually, I think they're still open. I moved into I can't talk. I moved into an apartment in Shepherdstown, and I was working 12-hour shift. I was working doubles to survive at a place called Comade. It was Comade Thai. It was a Thai restaurant.
Still open.
It's still open. That was my first job. I was
I had
working
Chris
12-hour
Lee
shifts
something
there.
yesterday.
Yeah, and
Real shit.
I think it was really hard for me to have no experience in the real world and being just thrown out into the real world, like thrown to the wolves. I had to learn so many things on my own. But today, I'm thankful looking back because it made me so hardworking that I know how to be a self sufficient and responsible adult. I learned how to be a hard worker. I learned how to be successful. A lot of people, like, they'll tell me all the time, you're so young, you're in your 20s, you have a nice sports car, I paid it full in cash, you got a nice place, like, I'm about to buy a house next. I have so many things that people my age don't have, but it's because I learned early, way earlier than most people, and I had to grow faster. I had to learn to adapt faster and survive and be, hardworking and sufficient and successful a lot faster. So, in turn, it was a difficult situation and it sucked. And nobody should have to go through that. But at the same time, fast forward a few years later, now I have many things and I've accomplished many things ahead of my age group that people my age don't have because I worked so hard and I learned life skills a lot faster. And it made me smarter and work more faster, I guess. So now I'm more successful
Brian,
early on because of that.
For me, flat out, easy, cut and dry sports.
It made me strong.
Once I gave my life to football and learned that I couldn't do shit on my own, that I needed that team setting, and I learned a lesson then that I didn't even like put into my life until like recent years, like 30 years later, that people need people. That was a pivotal point for me was sports. Like that was my life lessons. Like, you take your bumps, you take your licks, you're gonna lose, but you can't win without reflecting on the losses first. Though, you know what I mean? Like losses mean a whole lot more than the wins. That was my pivotal point.
so what shaped me as from youth on up was that if you, and I say you, but I'm speaking about me, what shaped me was that if you give people what they wanted, they stick around a little bit more and they have less to say. So the first thing that I learned that has become one of my superpowers was shutting bullies up. And not by like being tougher than them, but literally giving them nothing to talk about. Like I used to laugh so loud. I was the loudest, corniest laughing motherfucker. Anybody know me now, you'll hear a chuckle. I don't laugh like that no more. Because people would talk about it, John on you, make jokes of it, and to be at the attack of jokes was something that was too hard for my mental. So I've been saying for years now, bullies train me. So everything a motherfucker would say, you would not get too many more times to say it because I'm gonna fix and eradicate it and alleviate and delete that shit. So then it became, and I didn't join them by joining or joking on other people. I just made sure that they didn't get me. And eventually it just became who I was. So I could go in the room and literally become whatever I need to be in that room. And even now as an adult, how it shaped me, I can go in the hood, survive, not stand out. I can go in the boardroom and be, you know what I'm saying, and not be like, oh, he don't belong here. They'll see me and be like, he's smart as shit. Anybody knows me, that I don't have problems. I only have solutions. Anybody knows me knows that. So like that was more like me becoming like a chameleon. I could blend anywhere with anyone. And I started to now, in my later years, I can inspire a room instead of being the sore. I soar in that room. And that's crazy because anybody see me in the club, like I had that whole bitch lit on fire. I remember a time I was in this club and they had these 2-tier couches and people were looking so depressed and sad. And I was like, I had them hype. I had them doing the fucking wave in the club. And they were smiling for the rest of the night. I had the ability to inspire them. And that was because I could read a room and redirect that room. Because I turned that negative thing that some people get shut down from bullies. They literally, there are people who kill themselves because they've been bullied the fucking death.
Every day.
Like, that's some real shit. I made my defense was to fix shit. So I'm like a fixer. You feel me? And that's not a good thing.
But it's not your job to fix something you
It's
don't
not
do.
really a good thing.
It's
But
a
it
gift.
is
It's
something
a
that
gift.
made it helped me survive.
It's a
Right,
gift
that's
and
not
a
fair
curse.
to you.
It's a gift and a curse because I remember
But it's in our nature.
this
Not everyone.
this a couple years ago. I had a barbecue in my house, and I had these. I call them revelations. So there's pieces in my circumference, in my mental, and when those pieces come together and make whatever picture that is, to me that's like my revelation. And I was talking to a friend. I was telling them that same story about the blue thing, and at the end of it, I was like, you know what? I don't know who the fuck I am. Because I am whoever I need to be. The only thing that's consistent and that's truly part of that was there day one was my character and my kind givingness and wanting to love other people. But as far as my swag and this, I don't know who the fuck I am. I didn't grow up in some model home, two parents, or this, and that. I always wanted to impress other people. And you were talking about the mental aspect of it. Nobody knew what anxious, preoccupied mental disorder was back then.
They didn't have
But I do now,
diagnosis.
and that's who the fuck
They
I
just
am.
say, it's all in your head, like, tighten up, quit being weak.
They time
They didn't
exposes a lot of
believe it.
things. I am, and I researched my mental disorder, and there's 4 or 5 of them that are out there. I'm an anxious, preoccupied, mental attack. That's my attachment style, abandonment. And I'm anxious about certain things. So that came from being bullied. That came from a mom that literally looked at you like you was a problem child, tricked the other child, not because it's favorite, because he never got in fucking trouble in front of her, or maybe he didn't really, he wasn't as excessive as me. You feel me? He was just either child to deal with. And then, that shit follows you. Your aunts, uncles, you feel me? Like, they just, oh boy, you being bad again, your mama done called me, you know what I'm saying? Going to school, like, they just didn't understand. But, like, now, as time went on, I'm a bright, smart, I'm him, nigga. But it affected me by trying to be the best to every fucking person that I run across. And I only did what I never got, which was understanding, compassion, and tolerance. They didn't tolerate me when I was little. They really didn't. And it made me who I am. But I didn't learn how to like
Make boundaries.
boundaries, or how to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Putting, like, I didn't know how to tailor or like calm down some things and learn how to like balance.
Yeah.
I didn't learn balance. I just learned how to just give
much to
everything.
receive too little.
That part,
Understand
because
it.
I take it what don't have no limits.
Definitely.
And I'm like, eventually they're gonna be so appreciative.
Yeah.
You know what I
Not
learned?
everybody
You know what I learned
deserves
last
that.
year is that as kind, my I guess you could say my personality. Oh no, they'd say your love language is like acts of service, right? Anybody knows, like, I promise you, like, I got you. If I say I got you, bitch, I got you. Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna literally bleed to make sure we're trying to be good. I learned last year that looks like a transaction. Make that make sense, but it does, because motherfuckers ain't used to that. Motherfuckers ain't used to nobody literally going all in for them and giving. It looks like eventually it's gonna want something back.
You have to stop giving all of yourself to people
I'm
who
working on
wouldn't
it.
give any bit of themselves to you.
But when you've seen people, I got some successful stories, not a lot.
Because it goes both ways.
What goes both ways?
Love those who
Like
love
you said, you got success stories.
Show
with
for
that.
those
Like,
who
there's some
I have
bad
a
things
few
with
of
that.
them
There's some
from
good
me
things.
being who I am and tolerating what I tolerated, and seeing people that really came out of the darkness that they was in into
Yeah.
something much brighter and better, and thank me for it. I'm gonna sound like Jesus. I did one of the 100.
Before you go
Fuck
give
the
him all of
99.
yourself, you have to
He
sit
say
there.
that part, but you know
You
what I'm
have to
saying.
sit there and think to
Close enough.
yourself.
Close enough.
You have to sit there and think in your mind and think to yourself, okay, if I give all of myself and do all this, that, and the third, pour into this person, if something happened to me, or just say I need somebody, if I needed somebody and I needed support and I need to call you, I need to rely on you, my car broke down, whatever it is, would you show up? Would you love? Would you pour in? Would you support me too?
But that's
Is this all
rationality.
for
Nobody
nothing? Is
really
it one
has that
way?
in the moment
Or
of
would
caring for
you
someone.
be a good person
That
to
is-
me in return as well?
You had the time to consider that. then
Those are the people that deserve it.
yeah, but
Otherwise,
but
that's unfair to you, and you're draining yourself for no reason, and then you're gonna end up feeling all drained and resent. You're gonna
Well,
have
it's
resentment.
unfair to ask that of someone.
no, I mean that's but
I'm
and,
saying,
and
like, in
that and that
relationships,
in itself
You can't
could
be the
also
only person
sound
putting effort,
transactional. But no, like
doing
I
anything.
I I am an empath.
That's not fair.
And I can look and see things. The problem is I see them here with the potential that I saw in them, but I didn't stop to create boundaries to make sure that I didn't go past where they were actually at. I didn't meet them where they were at. I met them. I'm down here waiting for them to catch up, and that is a time frame that I can't dictate, nor can anybody else. You're nobody. That if you went back in time, Tom, the like was that Back to the Future? If you literally went in that fucking DeLorean and went back to 19 whatever it was when I was a fucking kid, they would be like, he's gonna be dead or in jail. And I've had little grown ups adults say that you gonna fuck up your whole life, boy. And I literally talk to my little like the same way. I'm like, man, if you don't do this you might not fare too good. But now I'm looking back, how bad I fucking was, they had every right to assume the worst. But at the end of the day, here I am on a fucking show with a camera in front of me on a setup that I created myself. Nobody helped me with this shit. And then I get some of the best motherfucking people that come on here and give some solid, input on this show. Y'all seen her a million times.
Let's make it 1,000,001.
She's fire. And then my bro,
And
he's
if you don't
chimed
wanna
in
see
and he
me-
wants to help support the show too. You feel me?
Put on
Like
your suits.
I mean, 30-something years, no felonies. Like I don't get in trouble. All my kids, I had a bond with, except for one that broke it, and we're gonna get into that later. But at the end of the day, like all my kids paid all my child support, and helped the moms. Nobody would have ever thought that knew me back then. That's why I don't give up on people. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody encourage me, persuade me, or make me give up on someone that I believe in until the universe motherfucking steps in and kicks you the fuck out of my way, out of my lane, out of my mental.
I get that perspective too.
I'm gonna go all in until something either forces me, which is heavenly, not humanly, because the peer pressure shit. You come and say, man, you got stains on your shoes, you a bum, whatever. I got $1,000 outfit on. Go suck a dick somewhere. Leave me alone. I know me. I'm confident in me, but like you said, I don't worry about me. I worry about other people. That's the reason why I'm still here for real, for real. I don't fuck my life because and we're gonna get into that too. But I care about other people, and the way that I care is genuine. It's for real. It's not for fucking fake, nor is it for play. I really care about people because I know how that fucking kid, adolescent, teenager, adult feels to be invalidated, to really feel like you didn't even belong here. Like, why are you here? That's how I felt through my family, through my friends,
Like nobody
through
sees
life.
you, nobody
Like
hears
nobody
you,
sees
or
me
understands you.
whatsoever until they need something or until I serve a purpose. And nobody should feel like that.
We keep talking about like the childhood part.
Yeah.
Let's step up a notch. Do you still feel like that today?
Hell yeah. Fuck that. I feel like I am.
So that's something that
I
carries
feel like I'm society's. I'm. What's the word I'm looking for? I am society's benefit, and never the other way back around. I am here to serve the people.
Like
And I
people are
do really
always
good at that. I'm really good at helping people, but
being around.
I can
just
literally
they
be
wanna
in a
benefit from
fucking crunch or bind and can't get not one of them motherfuckers to help me back. Not consistently. I've had people help me, and I have friends. But what I'm saying is that on the level of where it's normalcy, it's not normal for me to have people that literally return it on their level. And I've never been the person like you got to match me, bitch. Like no, I'm not that dude. Give me 100% of your effort. Give me 100% of you. And I rarely ever get that. I rarely ever get that. Like, and people are like, oh, we got to stay at the strip club. Fuck you. I got motherfucking dancers that literally have a very good life. They got wholesome families. Fucking bail up their house for Thanksgiving. They're not on drugs. They're married. They go to work, do what they got to do, and they come the fuck home. Every person that's in a strip club is not a bad person. Just like everybody at your job ain't a bad person.
And there's more dancers that are
You probably got
pursuing
rapists in
degrees
your
in
job
school
and don't
than
even
there is
fucking know
not.
it. You feel me?
I'll
They
tell
can
you that
hide
right now.
there, right? You can go to a regular secular job and have rapists, perverts, motherfuckers in the sex trade, and you don't even know it because they can hide it.
Well,
You feel me? It doesn't matter the job or the person, man or woman. People are evil. If a person is evil, they're evil. But
It's
I
about their
know
character, not their
females
job
in the
title.
clubs that are not evil. They're just having a bad run. They dealt with some bum ass niggas.
And
They
guess
dealt
what?
with people that treat them like that because they're in the club instead of somebody that's trying to make it. Like I don't judge nobody, nor do I treat people where I meet them. I treat them how they act, how they treat me. Because going through the ranks of my family, bro,
A job
I don't
title
have no
doesn't
family.
define somebody. You see
I
on the
don't.
news, there's been
I
numerous
make my
news
family.
articles, stories about freaking pastors and priests that were pedophiles, that were hurting, abusing, raping children, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, part of trafficking rings, this, that, and the third. And then you got dancers like me entering modeling competitions, doing this and that for cash prizes. I'm donating half of it to cancer. This, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't define your character, your job title. It doesn't define if you're a good or bad person. You're either a good person or you're not. You can be a pastor and you're out here being a pedophile, and then you're going to jail because you got caught up hurting children. And everyone thought you were this great person with great character and great morals because they see a pastor. They don't see what's behind the pastor title. That doesn't make you a good or bad person, a job title. You either are or you're not. And a lot of people have that stigma because there's such a negativity around that environment. But there's so many good people that are dancers. But go ahead.
I look at a lot of things because at the end of the day, where I am now gives me the wisdom to understand what got the road that I took to get there and getting put out of school. And then a year later in prison, passing my GED at the top of my class. I'm like, oh, well, I ain't dumb, but why did I have to do it here? Like, because I was literally put, and my ADHD was so out of control. Like, the Ritalin that they came out with, that shit don't work at all. I took that, I got worse. It's like, how you go get on medicine and get worse? Like, but
worse,
That was me.
I did. Like, I was in school.
You can get misdiagnosed.
Like,
and it
gynecomastia.
can actually intensify.
I'm gonna say it again. Gynecomastia.
What is that?
The shit that was a residual
Your
effect of
chemical
ADHD,
Really?
some drug, where
In a
men
bad
get
way, not-
breast. You know
Oh,
what
it was a
shit?
side effect from the medicine? Oh, that,
You know them commercials that come on like 3 o'clock in the morning? Like
yeah, there were plenty of those.
if you were a recipient of ADHD medication,
Or
you
Zantac.
may be
You
Dude,
may be eligible for
For the,
paycheck.
what they call those class action lawsuits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
gynecomastia.
Depo. I was on Depo for years,
But
and
and
then
like
that shit
I
was
was,
killing women and making them
I
sick.
was,
You
I
know
just,
Depo shot, birth control shot. I don't have cancer. I didn't get nothing. I didn't die. I'm still here. Obviously, I'm talking.
Next episode.
thank you.
But
Thankfully, not thankfully, but thankfully,
that's
you
one
didn't
of
get
them
any
that
side
had
effects.
that happen. They got
Because that
busted.
shit is.
I heard the side effect was like wearing Python print clothing.
What?
Huh?
Side effect of the price?
Huh?
Yeah, because I'm poisonous. I'm dangerous. Watch out.
Python ain't I'm out.
I'm a snake. I'm a bite into that skin with my fangs.
So, but
Watch out, King Cobra.
I was the type that
Cobra Kai.
I sought attention, no matter what kind. All attention was good attention, I guess, at that point. And because I didn't get home, my mom slept all day, worked all night. She worked like the overnight shit. And my brother was a bitch. And he was an asshole.
Bitch.
We didn't hang around each other type shit. But I mean, at some point, it was early on that, you know, you didn't play. You fuck with me, you're gonna come and beat your ass, you know, type shit. But eventually, that wedge, I think, because I was the one that was the attention seeker, he was the one that was like low key. He was older too, 30 years. But I again getting put out of school, and I thought that no matter what, I would get a pass.
Because you're the youngest or what?
No,
Why'd you think that?
Because the worst never happened
Okay.
until it did.
That makes sense.
When I got locked up, that was the worst. It shut me down to the point where I'm not happy jovial. I'm not happy go lucky. It was
That's
literally
life-changing.
like in survival mode.
That changes everything.
Because in prison, you see movies about shit, whatever, but it's like it's a movie. It's like you see movies about murder. So you see somebody murdered, you're like, damn, that's cool. And it's a whole traumatic thing. So in there, it's like you can't be that. You can't be that. You can't be loud in there. You know, like Frank Lucas is like, hey, you know, don't go to the events and be loud because then you stand out. One of the things that I learned in there was you have to just ignore motherfuckers. I had this one dude who literally he was a heckler. And he'd wake up and he literally like probably was just like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with today. Whoever would allow him. You feel me? I would tell people all the time. I tell you all the time. I say literally, if you tune motherfuckers out and compartmentalize, who they gonna argue with? Who they gonna fuck with? Nobody. Gotta find the next person.
Mhm.
But I learned from old heads and something that in the water today, where young people literally think they know every goddamn thing. You don't know shit. You ain't even been on the earth long enough to know a fucking thing. But I never told an old person, because I respected them all, you're full of shit. This, and that. I took in everything, and what I could keep, I kept. What I couldn't, it just went somewhere else. But one thing this dude Zoe told me was to be aware is to be alive. That's the same thing as someone saying read the room, read the person. To be aware, perceptive, is to be alive. And then he also says if you feed into something, you might as well get full from the meal too. So when he was basically like, if you just ignore him, they're gonna find somebody to fuck with. And I had to actually exercise his advice to actually know that. And eventually he's never said nothing else to me. He started fucking with somebody else, got in the fight, got thrown in the hole and moved to, you know what I'm saying?
His
You know
tooth
what I'm
knocked
saying?
out. He couldn't say nothing.
Either way, but I learned that if you don't engage with a person's ignorance, you can't be ignorant too. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Toothless
yeah,
tongue.
but not everybody's built the same. Some motherfuckers just like this, they just train to go. Like, I'm gonna beat that nigga ass, I don't care. Fuck it. But whatever comes with that, you gotta be, I don't care about that either. You feel me? Like I'm able to watch my kids grow because I didn't let some weird loudmouth or sarcastic mouth in a club make me beat the fuck out of him and go back to jail.
It's
I'm
not
still
always
free
that easy.
because it's not easy. It's
not
hard
always
as
that
fuck.
easy.
Because in prison, you like, fuck this shit. You wake up mad. You're fucking. You're in captivity. You ain't out in the world. You're mad every fucking day. But I took that time to focus. I used to read books 1,500 pages. In 20 hours. I dove into that. I worked out, came out looking good. You feel me? At the end of the day, but the survival mode was I'm like I felt subconscious. I went to a church, very nice group of people. They were the nicest. But the only thing that I felt was they saw fucking convict etched in my forehead. They never treated me that way. But I felt the most shameful I ever felt in my fucking life because I'm like, I'm a fucking convict. Just came out, they never treated me that way. It literally took years on years to be even comfortable enough to be like, that's my testimony. That ain't my something that I'm ashamed of. Because at the end of the day, I learned how to have patience, endurance. I learned how to be like, better.
Sometimes our hardest battles are given to us for a reason because they push us to reach our next level. They motivate us to level up.
If we're constantly trying, because people get in battles and they sink. You know, it's spread sink or swim.
You have two
Some
choices.
people like
Let it break you,
yeah.
or
Some
let it
people
make
break,
you.
and it didn't. Everything I went through made me even stronger than I could ever imagine, and I didn't even know I was being strengthened through that, except for the abandonment of people that I loved. That makes sense. I could literally go. I
You
could
found
I
out
could not
who
have a
really
job.
cared
I
about
could
you
be
through that
not
situation.
have money today, and be just depressed or watch TV or maybe program or some shit, and then or I could plan a trip and shit falls through, and then I can't go on this trip, and then it ain't gonna kill me. But then somebody that I've really given my heart, soul to, like without pressure, without any type of force, and then when that person literally shows disappointment, that should make me want to go shoot my fucking brains out.
Keep going. You're going somewhere with that. Keep going. Just talk.
But
Freestyle.
but that makes sense.
It does. Freestyle.
I
Go ahead.
can lose every fucking. I'm homeless now. I mean, I stay with
Life can
where I
change in an
can,
instant.
but the I call it the mini mansion. My townhouse gone. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
And then
The
next
house
year
that I
you
had
might
after
win the
that,
lottery. Life
gone.
can change at any
My
moment.
truck in the shop, motor locked up.
Keep going.
3 years before that, I was homeless. But then I literally built up some shit. You feel me? Like, it is in me. It's not on me. I will get that shit back. That shit don't mean shit to me. Them titties walk around Martinsburg. If I see them, I'm just saying.
But keep going.
But at the end of the day,
Fuck that girl.
I don't care about that. But the people that I thought were family, my blood, we're gonna get to you. We're coming.
Bitch.
But
Keep going though. Keep going.
But I make family now because blood in the water shit, fuck that. How we treat each other is thicker than water.
Don't be nice
If
about
I
it.
call
Keep
you
going.
family, I mean that shit. You
Don't
feel
be
me?
nice about it. Keep going. Keep going.
I am. You let me.
I'm here for him. I'm the antagonizer.
Yeah, you tag around.
Not as bad as
anyway,
you.
but at the end of the day, and I love that. But at the end of the day, it's the people that mean everything. Fuck the money. I lose the day, get it tomorrow. I've done that. You feel me? But you can't just go around and just get people that mean everything. And I'm learning that it doesn't matter how good you think the relationship is, it ain't as good as you think it is.
Keep going.
Because it's a relationship until it ain't. And I'm not talking about romantic, I'm talking about in general.
All relationships. Keep going.
Like it's crazy because my mom, I would have thought that after how bad I was growing up and how bad I was like for my first half of my life, I felt like I knew I was just a disappointment. And then the second half, coming out of prison, being a minister, getting married, having kids, living in Alabama for as long as I did, 12 years. I feel like 12 years later, dude, that shit was hard. It was hard. It was fine. It was economically hard. But the people down there, look, some of y'all. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm not in and out of jail. I'm not destroying property. I'm not stealing cars. I'm not doing any of that. I'm being a spiritually in tune man, raising my kids best I can. And I'm like, how could you not be proud of that? You feel me? How could you not be proud of that? What I put her through as an adolescent and to where I elevated to that prison, how could you not be proud of that? And it was crazy because it took every ounce of thinking, not giving up, being a dreamer, being someone that had hope, which now I don't even believe in hope no more, or love for that matter. But
I would say let people be delusional because whenever you do reach that level of success, fast
that
forward,
wasn't even success.
people are going to call you delusional and not support, not believe.
That was
But
the
then
level
when you
of
get
survival,
there,
bro.
when you do reach it,
That was survival.
those are the same people that are going to sit there and be like, oh, I know him. I knew he could do it.
Well, I mean
They
now,
try.
but then, and I was just a hard working motherfucker. I had
They're going to
40,
be like, I knew her. I know her.
look, from
That's my girl.
2000
Remember that.
to 2009,
Be delusional.
I had over
Like,
40 jobs.
And let them think.
40 jobs.
Bet you they're gonna
Mostly two
act
at a
like they
time.
know you and their buddy whenever you do.
So you're saying that eventually, like, people like salute that and they they're
The
happy
same
for you.
people, the same people that didn't support your vision
Mhm.
and didn't give a fuck and didn't even look your
You
way.
make it.
Whenever you do get there and whenever you do reach that level and achieve that, those are the same people that are gonna act like they never said that, they never believed you. They're gonna act clueless and they're gonna be like, oh, I knew her, I always believed in her. Like they're gonna try to act buddy and act like they always believed in you and everything.
That's not even that type of scenario. I'm just a
But I
regular.
know what you're saying.
I was just a regular, hardworking man with a family. It was nothing to celebrate. Well, it was celebrate me going, but it should have been. That's what I'm saying. How could you not be proud of that? It wasn't like I was like, oh, mom, I'm gonna sit here and be a married man with kids. That wasn't no goal or no dream. That was me doing something and making some of myself out of the darkness of prison that I was in that I came out of. You feel me?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she was, and that's probably where I get some of my flair from. She was a very expensive type person. Had nice stuff, went on trips, nice cars type thing. You feel me? Nice condo type thing. And at the end of the day, none of those trips brought her to Alabama. Not a single one. Flew to Paris. No nobody, don't get no family over there. Don't know nobody over there. Took 10-hour flight to fly and enjoy time with people that she don't even fucking know. You got grandkids, babies.
That's to my point.
That literally was, now it's a 12-hour drive. I didn't really expect her to just drive all the time or whatever. But she had my bitch ass brother that she could have drove. But the flight from DC to Alabama was really like 2 hours. You go, it's an hour to Atlanta,
1
and
hour
then
46 minutes.
something like that. And
One
then,
layover in Charlotte.
Well, yeah, Charlotte, and then you go from Charlotte to Atlanta, and then that is like an hour.
Never
And something.
booked Frontier.
It's an hour and something from. It's like basically like 2-hour drive from there. I could have got her from there, from Atlanta, because Atlanta was like the biggest airport close to Montgomery. So, but my point was, me being my pleasing ass self, boss.
If you book
I
Frontier,
drove from Alabama to DC for 20 years. Every time I had a kid, at least once, like Thanksgiving, or it was mostly Thanksgiving, that during that month at some point. And when I had my first one, and then they got a little bit older, I had my second one. And that was one thing that, I appreciate everybody, mom, they would, let me take them up to see, their grandmom, their grandmother, whatever. And I did that throughout their whole lives. By myself. Ain't nobody driving me. I remember one story, my oldest daughter, Kira, she was in the back. She probably wasn't more than 2-3 years old. Why did I leave the box of cereal next to her? I thought, I was like, we might see some, and Derek was in the front seat, and I was like, we might see some snow up there. About an hour later, I see all these white flakes falling down in the back. I'm like, yeah, look, it's snowing. Look, I see it in the mirror.
It's either snowing.
Funniest shit ever. She got a hold of that fucking box of cereal. She was just like this. She was just dumping that shit. I'm like, nigga, bro, that's what we doing. Got into the powdered donuts and everything. She just had a ball back there. But I made a sacrifice to make sure that, I tried to make sure that they had a relationship with their grandmother. You feel me? And as they got to preteen or older, whatever, and got phones, I made them call her. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I saved her from her karma, because as a grandparent, shit, you on the phone talking to your play family in Portsmouth, Norfolk, and you make sure that you have at least a daily time where you literally call those people. You feel me? These fucking your blood, your grandkids. You feel me? Like, they shouldn't have to be required or expected to call you. They're kids. They don't have to really the discipline and the mind control to say, oh, it's 4 o'clock. I need to call grandma. I made them do that because I was in their presence, and I made them call and try to keep that communication. But then later down the line, it's like, oh, your kids don't even call me. But did you call them, nigga? You on Facebook every day. You feel me? You talk to that punk ass other sibling all the time. You make time for that, bitch. I can't read it. I'm too blind. And then they like, you know what I'm saying? You did the most for who you wanted to do the most for. You feel me? I still didn't say, oh, you're a bad grandma. I didn't never come at her sideways. You feel me? And that's the thing that I also took with me through my life. Just because a person doesn't go all out or do the most, I don't give them the most negativity. But when someone makes a mistake, they act like it's the worst fucking thing in the world. You feel what I'm saying? That's so unfucking fair.
People are so quick to critique and attack,
They don't give a fuck is what I'm learning about
but
people.
they don't want to receive criticism themselves.
It's not even that. I don't get nobody's criticism. Unless they ask for it.
A lot of those people
And
that
almost a
move
year,
that way
the last 10 months, have I
don't
critiqued you
want to
in
look in
a
the mirror and reflect
have I
themselves.
ever came at you in a negative way critiquing you?
In a way that
Not when we were
was
fighting or arguing. I'm just saying
in
my
a,
normal.
in a way that you were
Right,
trying
answer
in
right.
in a perspective that you were trying to get me to understand and see to help me grow and better myself, not in a negative like I'm gonna tear you down way. It was in a way to try and help me better myself and understand something more.
Can I ask some questions that might be a little personal?
Everything's personal.
What is the wedge between y'all two? Like what
Between
happened?
us?
Yeah.
That's another show. We're talking about family. There's no way.
It's a lot to explain. It was a whole miscommunication to be honest. And we both just were way too dramatic at the end of the day. We acted way too dramatic over some problems that weren't as dramatic as we made it. But I also feel like we rushed. We were so excited and tried to rush things more quickly.
I
than
move
we
too
should've.
fast. And at the
We
end
moved
of the
really
day,
fast.
but that's part of my attachment
And that's
style.
why we bumped heads so
Anxious,
fast.
preoccupied. Like I'm like
You gotta take time to work out problems and everything.
I was like we were rocking, we was doing good. To me, it was like man, living a dream. Like she's a performer, artist, singer, songwriter. I'm like trying to become this successful podcaster. Like that is like Jay-Z and Beyonce in my head. But then I was so in love with her. Like I put a ring on her finger, and she really probably lost some money.
Did that scare you?
Did it?
No, I cried because I was so happy about it because every relationship I've ever been in, every man either was abusive towards me, tore me down, put me down,
So those
made me
relationships
feel not
affected this?
good, or cheated, or never proposed, like never did
No, it affected her.
good,
Which affected
positive
how she moved forward.
Right. Okay.
things to pour into me and build me. Like I've been with
But
a lot of
like
shit.
I just have
And
a
I was
I'm
getting
too
at.
good to be true kind of effect on people. This nigga ain't real. Yeah,
You know what
I do
believe
have
it's
some
too good to be
avoidance to
true.
myself though because of being
yeah, nobody
by this
does. It's like it's the
situation.
shit that I get.
So I
Go
kind of
through
put
the
up
shit
a
that I go
wall
through.
and go MIA, go a little ghost, like get distant because I'm scared to get too close
We
sometimes.
little more than just.
Well, I've been through some really tough stuff, and I've been through some really hard situations with people, and I've been really done wrong and hurt, like to the point there was times I didn't leave my bed for months. I didn't eat. I didn't call nobody. Like people thought that I literally died or something. Like I've been hurt so bad by people. I told myself I refuse to go through that again because I can't handle that pain again. I don't want to feel that pain again. I can't. I just can't handle it
And
because I remember what it did to me, and I don't want to go through that again.
and that is what the classic cliche: the abuser becomes the punisher, or the abused become the abuser. Not that she abused me
And
in
it
any way,
sucks.
but it's like you have a mentality of I don't believe shit.
It
Because,
sucks
you know
that
what I'm
that
saying?
affected me so deeply to that point where I really believed that that love wasn't real and I could never experience again because I didn't want to feel that pain again. But I think everyone still, even when they're hurt, they still deserve a chance to find love. They still deserve love, and they still deserve to at least try to find happiness. You know, but I think when you're hurt so bad by so many people, you're too scared to even. You're like, fuck this shit. Like I don't even care. I don't want to look for it anymore.
Which
So
is
I'm
why
not gonna.
which is why I refuse, especially after all I've been through, still going through, to become bitter, become resentful, because to be an asshole to everybody because of what happened. I continuously put myself in a position to continue to be fucked in the ass. Like
Not
no,
literally.
like my no, not literally the fuck. No. But that people know the expression being screwed. Like I'm still nice as fuck to people. And I had no reason to be because I've literally gone through years, decades, the fuck, and have continuously done the same. It's like a routine. All right, boom, boom, boom. That's it. I pursue this person. Oh, I'm too much. I'm too nice. I'm too weak. Why? Because I ain't beat your ass. Because I ain't put you in the fucking emergency room.
But I still
That I'm
think
too
that.
nice. You feel me? Hold on. Because I didn't lie to you, and then
Yeah.
because I'm always easy to find. Because when you answer, I answer immediately. That makes me weak. No, that means that you don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying directly toward anyone. I'm speaking in general of the things that I went through. The better I treat them, the quicker they fucking either try to revenge on me or literally just wrote me off as a weak ass nigga. But at the end of the day, I'm just about something, and I know what it feels like to be manipulated, gaslighted, mistreated, taken advantage of, and literally just played. I do not do that. I don't have no game. I don't run game. We playing space. I'm gonna lay my fucking cards down face up. It's on you how you move. You feel me? And it's on you. That's gonna show your character, not mine. This is my cards. I'm an open book. You feel me? I'm see through. I'm transparent. I don't lie about that shit. You feel me? But like for the family, you don't really expect that within your family. But my mom guilt tripped me on her fucking deathbed. We didn't know she was gonna die the next week. But that bitch literally guilt tripped me for an hour and a fucking half. An hour and a half.
Can I say?
Because what? I didn't sit here
Um,
because I didn't motherfucking goddamn run back and forth all the time to fucking from West Reed to 2 hour drive. But then I'm still in survival mode. I'm still trying to fucking make a living. I got kids to still take care of. Y'all motherfuckers is on some like retirement status. You got a beautiful car. The motherfucking son who literally is up under your ass, he had a Porsche. He had a nice car. He could drive you out whenever he wanted to. You feel me? The only time she got bent out of shape was holidays and birthdays. We was a holiday and birthday family. It wasn't like we just talked all the time, and then she did the same shit to me. She did to kids. You need to call me more. Call me, bitch. We talk on Facebook all the time. You feel me? And I messaged her. She literally gave me the hardest run. I helped her fucking set a smartphone up. She was on Facebook, helped her set that up. And Facebook has algorithm posts. They had a lot of it early on. And there was this one post where it's like, if you had 11 friends, it was really generated. It was a game. Like if you had 11 people, or what 11 people you love the most, or some shit like that, right? And it's generated. You don't pick the names of the people. You go into that little thing, boom, and then it's like boom, and then blah blah blah. And people don't notice, but it's based off the algorithms. So whoever you interact with the most, that's gonna be the first 11.
Right.
She just got on Facebook. She saw that shit, and she was like, "Why the fuck am I not in this?" She didn't cuss, but why am I not in this list? You don't love me? I'm like, huh? I didn't understand what she was saying, and she went the fuck off, and the end of the fucking text it was deuces, and she blocked me. Dead ass. Like I'm not playing, and I'm like, and it took a minute to really get her to understand this algorithm. And then you know what she said then? Well, you shouldn't have posted it. I wasn't in it. Think I've been doing Facebook for a long time. You just got on here, fucking rookie. And that was the type of shit I had to deal with her. My brother had to deal with that. So I felt like the bastard child, the black sheep child, bitch. You feel me? Like, and he was the coveted golden child. Like, it never did no wrong. And I'm proving myself. So for me to look for the validation, fake or real, and I know they're in between both. Real, but I need it, right? It was because I never got it from her. Never. In my adult years.
Okay.
As a child, she was struggling. Mom, single mom, did her best. She did an amazing job as in my when I was a kid, teenager, whatever. You feel me? I don't fall her for none of that. I literally gave her the blues. But for someone to make a complete 180, not 360, going back to the bullshit, but 180 and never really get the accommodation, she gave me compliments from here and there. Oh, go see. But her actions never followed that shit. Words over the phone don't mean shit to me. I'm in Alabama from like 12 years a slave. Dead ass. The economy wasn't shit. Niggas down there wasn't shit. I had more fucking confidence when the white folks down there.
Alabama.
They talk about all the dirty stuff, it's racist shit. Yeah, it's niggas against niggas down there. Like that, for real.
This is what I was gonna say. This is a very important message and lesson. I'm gonna be the messenger on this, right? Everyone watching this, I want you to remember what I'm about to say. As much as people, situations, experiences, and the world might hurt you and break you, one thing I had to realize is it's easier to shut out and become resentful and bitter. And that's a natural response to pain and being hurt by the world. But always remember, it's people like us who are good people who are better and make the world a better place. We are the change that makes the world a better place by being good people and being who we are.
It only makes it
We
better
are
to
the
the
change.
ones
We
that
make the
appreciate
world a
it
better
and that
place.
actually don't take advantage of it. Because
When
the
you
world's
die-
fucked up.
When you die, do you think people remember what numbers in your account? No, they remember the impact that you left when you left this world.
And I don't
So you
wanna
can make
be
it
no
a
plaque
better
or-
place, or
I don't
you
want to be
can
no
not.
plaque or no star on the fucking goddamn concrete. I don't want to be like the Hollywood stars. You know, they put your or bus or fucking
You don't go to heaven with
you know
the piece of
'cause
paper. They don't know. They're not gonna remember what number you have in your account. They're gonna
No.
remember an impact
I know what
and a
you're saying.
change that you left behind.
and the ones that actually really understood and appreciated. Okay.
Oh, I almost put it on. I almost put it up.
That was a polite mic.
I was trying to make it. Yeah.
Is it too
I
heavy?
just cooked, and I didn't burn the food this
Ooh,
time.
look at that.
So let's drop the mic. Cheers to that.
I said what I said.
Hey, some people like it
Why is
extra
everybody
crispy.
hitting the mic? As if I hit the mic.
What they
Mic
don't
up.
like is when the smoke alarm goes off.
Yeah, that shit was horrible. And that was actually my alarm system that kept beeping. It wasn't even the smoke detector. It wasn't even the smoke detector.
You
I
know,
had a friend.
my
I'm like,
apartment-
oh, keep hearing the
my
chirp, chirp, chirp.
apartment, the alarm is so fucking sensitive. The shit went off when I was getting a bubble bath. How the fuck is the steam making the alarm? My alarm has
You
no.
had it too hot.
Too hot in here.
Maybe I was too hot. I'm so hot. I'm so hot. I steamed up and made the alarm.
But
Can't use Dawn dish soap.
I can't help it.
Bubble
This
bath.
girl is.
but at the end of the day, I still didn't come at my mom. I never actually.
I'll be right back.
You don't have to tell us that. Yes.
To
Bathroom
whoever's
breaks.
watching, I'll be right back. Not like you give a fuck, but I'll be right back. Hey, look like damn.
She could wait.
She,
for
you
that
know what?
Who ordered
part. She can't
yams?
wait for that. part.
Thanksgiving's been over. Who ordered these yams?
All right. So
You just fucked that whole thing up.
There's no dent. He'll be fine. I double, triple check. There's no dent.
But no, like at the end of the day, I still didn't develop hate for it. I was just like, well, when I grew up, the era that I grew up in, parents was always right, you were always wrong, didn't matter. So however they did, you just dealt with it. And so like, I just made the trip. And sometimes I'm like, damn, like, and honestly, I did think like, well, maybe it'd be nice if she came down here. But then when you got like certain aunts, like my aunt in California that I lived with for 2 years, them motherfuckers literally traveled from California to come visit me in Alabama. That's 3,000 fucking miles. Not 866.
32.
Which is,
32.
yeah, give or take, whatever it was. It was long as far as shit. And they drove that shit. You feel me? That's crazy. Like, why did y'all literally drive all that distance to come see me? And mom couldn't fly 2.5 hour flight. But you could go to Ocean City yearly. You had a timeshare in Massanutten that she went up. These were things that were consistent and residual. She did it like on a regular basis and all the time. And then you flew to Paris, and I'm like, I never questioned it. Never came at it wrong. The only time that I ever like stood on 10 toes was during COVID, and me and her got in an argument about fucking the shot, and I'm like, I'm not taking that shit. I didn't say it like that. I never talked to my mom crazy. Smack me in the mouth and then some. You feel me? But I'm like, no. And I was adamant, and I stood my ground respectfully, and didn't disrespect her, and literally like. Because she was like, well, they say this. I said, literally, they just cooked that that they cooked it up and they started putting it out. And then I rebutted, or I came back with, when the polio vaccine came out, a lot of people don't know this. The motherfuckers lined up around the world. That's how long the line was. But 3 years later, birth defects was commonplace because of that. It was 3 years later. The government assured this shot was this. 30 years later, you got a defective child regularly. And when I say defective, it's because they had the shot 3 years before. I haven't had a flu in over 20 years. How come I take it? And I don't take the flu shot. I don't do flu shots. I just know how to dress when the weather transitions. I know it's going to be hot in the day and cold at night. I'm going to be prepared for both. I don't get sick. Anybody knows me, I don't get sick. So you're not going to sit here and put some shot that you took every 16 months in my body. And not only that, I literally told her.
Moving on.
I told her about, because I was doing the roofing work at that point in time. And I had a customer who I really liked him. Cool as shit. And he took the shot. And I have no judgment. He took the booster shot and he died. Why is that giving me any encouragement to take that fucking shot that I don't know shit about? But I see this effect, and I've seen quite a few people who got the booster and got sick as shit. No, I said the cat, I'm not taking that shit. And then
And you still trust the government? If it says booster, it's not a booster.
No,
It's an unbooster.
And then I literally told her what I had as my receipts and my proof or my convictions. And as one of the words I said to her, I said, if the pastor in the church, because she had a church door, if the pastor boom, and because of your convictions, you follow this, why can't I go lead and follow based on my convictions? We ain't talking 8 months. Again, because and you know what's funny? You can't go against them like that. You just,
No, you cannot.
But at the end of the day, that was the one time that I was actually an adult and not a little ass kid in front of my mom. And it cost us 8 months. And then it wasn't until that family function later that year, and my aunt, she was like, y'all gotta squash this. And she felt foolish because I said, business. I didn't kiss her ass. You want to talk to me? Fuck you. Mom, no, mom. It don't really matter. You feel me? Because I'm not taking that COVID shot. I'm just not. And again, we was just kind of like at odds. And then she was sick a little bit during that time. Nobody told me. I didn't know. But at the family function, we kind of hashed it out. And like, yeah, we got to talk more. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, yeah, I agree. And there was never a time during that 8 months that she cut me off of that, or the time for the Facebook shit that I ever said, fuck that bitch. I ain't gonna ever talk to her again. When she came and was like, we need this, boom, let's talk, I was always ready, no matter what. Because at the end of the day, I just knew better. You just don't understand. Like, yeah, you were fortunate. You didn't get sick. You didn't die or anything like that from the COVID shot. Great. But there's tons of people that is. And we put it back together. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I'm still in survival mode. Half the family on my mom's side, those motherfuckers doing good. They got money. They got not rich, but they literally got their shit together. And I'm still trying to put myself back together from present. All the time later, making sure my kids are good, making sure my people are good, make sure everybody's good. And it was just my life has always been a struggle, but I've always struggled through it. I didn't let it paralyze me and put me in a position where I'm like, now everything's passing me by because I just gave up. I did.
Which that right there is all that matters.
Does it? It's yeah. That I did a great thing by not giving up, but then shit.
Perseverance, man. Perseverance. You know one thing that you can't fix though, that you won't persevere through? The fact that every time I see you, you got at least one speck of glitter on your face. How do we do that?
Are you speaking?
He was a fairy.
I'm looking at
He was a fairy.
No.
Like
I
you
said that hugging on her. I don't know.
You sweat.
Glitter on you?
You don't
You
know?
perspire.
He inspired
glitter.
that song that went viral. He was the fairy.
Glitter. Hold on, give me my shit. You know what I want.
Yeah, what?
Give me my shit. Give me some Greek verbs.
Tinkerbell, not Twinkie Bell, because he's definitely like.
But no, not to take away from that though. I was just like,
Like, no,
but no, that's some real shit. Perseverance is everything. Like that's all
it
it
is
is.
everything. And I'm telling you, like the discipline, the tolerance, all of that is.
You put in the work, I bet
It
you'll see
is.
results.
It is. It
eventually.
is. God,
You are right.
the discipline that I have, the resilience of putting up with the same shit, hoping that you find someone that literally would just like, dang, because people like, you're a good dude. I'm like, I'm a good dude. Am I?
It's
I
hard.
don't believe I am. Because if I am, then why do people keep fucking goddamn trying to prove it? Why do people try to take advantage? Why they can't just be like, why they greedy? If I'm such a good dude. Or maybe that's because I'm a good dude that I don't know. But because I am a boundary.
That's what I was going to say something about. When we start whispering,
All right, y'all.
Yeah, how do you make it?
No,
Yeah,
I didn't want to say. I was trying to be discreet. I was trying to be like low key about it.
I'm in the streets too. All right, I'm out. I'm just gonna see myself out.
I'm gonna see you out when you get the boot. And these boots are hardcore.
Don't give me no mic.
I got an army boot. I got the combat boot, so you're gonna fly extra far. That's an extra hard kick. All right, y'all. I forgot what good night was in Spanish. My brain's fried right now. I have a headache and a migraine. I have a migraine from hearing myself talk because my knowledge is so amazing and beyond this world to the point that I can't even process it. My head starts to pulsate. It can't process this great information. It's too okay. But
I ain't saying nothing.
adios, buenos burrito.
Hold on. I need to see that one for 1 second.
Oh,
I want to say one thing.
I'm in trouble again.
All right, so look.
That's like the 100th time
Hold on.
today. What's
Spin
up?
right here.
He's vain.
The way that you blend in with the screen. Yin and yang. Look at how your forehead blends in with that. That is amazing. That is a talent in and of itself. I salute you. That's why you sit in the
How do
middle.
you think they
Because I
came?
wanted to sit in the middle because
How
I
do you-
wanted to be the focal point.
How do you think they got the idea for that?
Is
Nah,
that
you
is that
would've
what
messed up the shade.
They
of
saw
it.
my selfie. And
I
they were
wanted
like,
to be in the middle?
that forehead is fantastic.
It wouldn't have worked for me
That
the same way it worked for
Is
you
the
right now.
inspo.
Yeah, because you look
That's
like
an icon.
listen,
somebody took a
look at my
Sharpie.
forehead.
That
and
forehead
look.
is fucking iconic.
Look at my forehead in
It's
there.
unforgettable.
It doesn't match like that. But look at yours.
Bitch, of course they fucking
This
got
is-
inspired. This is an unforgettable forehead.
Y'all are professional with this shit. I'm gonna
It's
get there.
super shiny. You can see a
I'm gonna get
reflection
there.
in it.
I'm gonna
That's
get
just because my face is oily right now.
He took his hat off, looked like a milk dud, just fell in the camera.
there. Ooh, I'm out.
But I like milk duds. I don't like a dud. I don't like a scrub. But I like a milk dud.
But
Especially when they're free on Halloween.
I'm wearing Python
Because
print
I'm
next
so
time I
fucking
come on the
short
show,
and
though.
small.
Know that.
Because I'm so short and small and I look like a kid. I mean, I got a little crow's feet going on now. But I
can't
wear
say.
a mask
What's
on
crow's
Halloween.
feet?
The little wrinkle crease up in your eyelid.
What?
The wrinkle right here.
Oh, I'm black.
That's
We
the
don't get
first
that.
sign of aging.
Yeah,
Any
yeah,
fucking who.
Yeah, we
We
do.
don't get that.
I wear a mask
We
on
just
Halloween.
don't get
Trick or treat.
Long
No, I still
Where?
go trick or treating on Halloween because I'm so short. I can blend right in the crowd with the kids. I literally follow behind. They're like, they can't tell I got a mask on. I'm so short.
That's wrong.
They're, it's meant, the candy's meant to be getting rid of, given away, right? It's a donation. Why can't I accept the donation too?
Hey, I like that too. Or
Old
you can
lives
just take a
matter.
kid- now, some
Old
parents-
lives matter too.
Some parents do is they take
What
kids
if I
and
want a
take
Kit Kat?
candy.
You
You
see
don't
the
eat that candy,
do you
bad
see
for
these
you.
grocery prices? I'll take the donation. They're trying to be
Yeah,
nice and give it out there.
But,
So,
yeah,
shit,
I know.
hand
You
it
really
to
don't
me,
have a
whatever.
choice nowadays.
They said, "Here you go, sweetie.
Need
Happy
groceries, you
Halloween."
need that.
Bitch, I'm old, but like you can't tell because I have a fucking
It's a
mask on.
long exit.
I got a Wicked Witch mask on. You can't tell behind this. You can't
We
see my
getting there
face.
though.
Yeah, no, we're not.
I think
Alright,
it's
so
now. My face was covered.
we
Thank you so much. I love Kit Kats. Happy Halloween. No, I'm just fucking kidding.
alright, so
I'm getting the fuck out of here before someone reports me and gets me arrested for bad jokes.
Too late.
Too late. What you mean? It's never too late.
Did you just tuck the chair in too? Like you got up and tucked the chair?
Yes, because I have
We're not at
manners.
school.
I have manners.
Thank you.
I grew up in the country. I have country hospitality. I also come with thick country biscuits and gravy. So hey,
Mind your biscuits and
Come-
life will be.
come to the country if you want to see some biscuits. We got good biscuits out here.
Hold up. Show it one more time. Show them the ham one more time.
Stay in school. Not everyone can rap. All right.
Hams is out.
Ah, it's
Thank you
fucking
for
biscuit.
coming on
It's
and
biscuit, not yeah.
being part of the
Well,
show.
both.
But
Why can't we have it all?
That's
So
right.
many.
That bread had a. You had a lot to say today.
I had a lot to say. And we're not going 2 hours.
I was like, dude,
That's
I love
great.
y'all.
An hour and a
This is
half
fun.
now.
but,
And
I'm starting to get this little droopy doopy.
So-
Moving on.
sometimes alcohol should not be allowed. There you go. All right, moving on. We have to be able to be honest with ourselves. And over the last 3 years, especially after up to the point where she was sick and she got in the hospital, guilt tripped me in the fucking bed. At that point, I was like, I'm standing on business. Fuck her, fuck everybody. I ain't going to the funeral. I don't give a fuck. My favorite aunt who killed herself last year. Depression is real. Stress is real. All that's real. Literally, like, I respected her hands down. She was like, nephew, you're going to regret that one day. You need to go ahead and try to. I said, all right, well, auntie, if you come with me, I will go back and try it again. You're still in the hospital. And then I brought my best friend with me and her son. And this is crazy because she was quiet as fuck. My mom, quiet as hell the whole time. Mono, literally, like, her tone was mono. Like, nice and soft and all that. And then I just stood there, you know. And it's crazy how that visit was an hour and a half too. But the last 15 minutes, and my cousin Phil was there, who killed himself in November. Kind of got me scared. Like, is that shit hereditary? Do I gotta, like, do I need some guards on me or something? Because it does do, you know. Anyway, but he was a jokester, and he fucking played with my mom. I told him what happened the last time I did what you did to me. Fucking literally just went the fuck off on me the whole entire time. Like, literally had plenty of energy for that, right? Couldn't get out of bed, but could get tripped me. Like, oh, you ain't never there. You don't love me. You don't care. Like, really, bitch? When did you ever come see me and your grandkids? Like, I didn't even do that. I had every right to be like, well, go down the list of things that made me feel like you didn't really give a fuck. But I sat there and I took it for an hour and a half while she did that. I sat there and took it and fucking bawled my eyes out on the way home. Like, how the fuck would you talk to me like that? I did the best I could to try to be something out of motherfuckers just thinking that I was just a problem or something to just put in the corner and put in a special ed class. And I ain't even slow or stupid. The fuck, like, I just took it because that's what the 80s and 90s, you were respectful to the end. And then my aunt was like, nah, nephew. And she was gangster. She cussed up motherfucker. She was gangster. She ain't fucking play. Nor did she play about me. And we were there for an hour, 15 minutes. And then when that minute turned to 16 minutes, she literally went to my mom. She said, so nephew said that and my mom, when she said nephew, I was mentioning me, her brow poked up like. It
I'm
was funny
supposed to be
because
off the set.
the whole time we was there in her room, she
On
cut
the
her
background.
eyes multiple
You know
times.
those
Nigga,
old
what's the tea I
cartoons?
did
They
there?
had up the side of their
Didn't voice shit,
Yay.
didn't say have shit to say back.
boo.
But when my aunt put her on the spot, she literally like, so nephew said last week we came boom, boom, boom. And there was a misunderstanding. And my mom said, ain't no loud as could be.
Right.
The loudest she'd been in the whole hour that we were there. Ain't no misunderstanding. And my aunt, you ain't about to go with her. You're not about to make her back there. She kept going. She said, well, it seems like it was because she said, and then my mom cut her. I don't want to talk about it.
Of course not.
Of course not, because now I got witnesses, bitch. What you mean? And when she got to that point, being irate and being just fucking off me and my car, I was like, I'm going this one. But no, before that, actually, let me back up. So my cousin, punk ass, rest in peace, but he said, auntie, he said, you see Derek, baby? I wish,
friends, baby.
This baby,
Yeah.
I wish I could make a
Duh,
baby that
baby.
pretty.
Who's
Little
duh,
boss
baby?
baby,
Who's duh,
14
baby?
karat
I
gold.
better be
Like,
your
I
baby.
wish I
Yeah,
could.
I know
Not
what you're
just
talking about.
because my kids like, y'all keep it. But this little baby, well,
I know
y'all,
what you're talking about.
you know what I'm
Goo
saying?
goo gaga.
That cute little thing. But it wasn't my fucking baby.
Yeah.
And he fucking with my mama. I just guilt tripped me on my fucking death blood. And she said, good
You
for
should
him.
have goo goo
My mama said, good for him.
I wrote it out.
And I'm like, Mom, that's not my baby. That's my best friend, her baby. I'm like, and I almost, when we got outside to go smoke, I almost want to slap her. You always on joke time. Always on fucking joke time. But at the end of the day, and then that's when my aunt jumped in and boom, and the shit went left. And I was like, I'm done. And then we go smoke. And then she said a bunch more stuff while we were gone outside smoking. And it was into it. And then that was, I don't know, that was like close to the end of the week. And then that Monday, she passed.
And let's
We was in the boxing ring, and she punched me in my mouth and jumped out the ring. That's how I look at that. I couldn't get no closure. I couldn't get my side. I couldn't rebuttal. Couldn't do shit. At this point, it's gone. Yeah. You feel me?
that's a hard
And that's not even the hardest part, honestly. But that was extremely hard because I'm like, I felt fucked up behind that and didn't really know how to process that, you know. That Monday, and because what was crazy too is when my brother called me that Monday and said, and it was early in the day, and I could hear her in the background sound like a 3-year-old. The same motherfucker that articulated her words so properly and her volume, like, and literally just spazzed out on me, was literally just babbling like a 3-year-old. Maybe not even a 3-year-old, like just fucking like a baby. Yeah. And that shit was like, damn. It was literally like a snap of a finger, because the last few weeks that we've been communicating, she was fully competent of what she was saying, what she was doing, calling out the historical times that made her point, whatever. But I'm like, to see her go from boom, 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 like, damn. So now I'm like, here we are. What do you do? And so, of course, I talked to my brother, and I was like, well, shit, we get this, kind of get her condo cleaned out. I didn't ask for shit. I did ask for a fucking photo album. And he was like, well, I got to do the slideshow for the funeral. So once I'm done, and, I got you. He didn't mean that shit. Not a fucking word that he said. Hindsight's 2020. And then the week that we were cleaning out our condo, we were kind of like looking at, well, where you want, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I just want the photo out for real. But then he was like, I'm not taking the couches because he didn't have room for them. I was like, fuck, I got a brand new house, 3-level story townhouse. I took the couch and her TV. But at the end of the day, I didn't take, and a picture. I didn't take a lot. You know what I'm saying? And during that week, I was more like, in my mind, I was in a mode where we could rekindle some shit. Me and my brother. And his fake ass wife, who already knew this nigga's intentions and knew everything, would come to me in a consoling way. Oh, you okay? You okay, cousin? Hindsight 2020. Bitch, fuck that bitch. You knew the fuck was going on. You knew. And this motherfucker, I think, was probably halfway through the week. I went in a couple times to help clean out and get some stuff, pick up some stuff. And he was out of work at the time. And he was like, do you have 200 for the death certificates? And I was like, nope, but I get it. Because, again, it's in me. It's not on me. And by the end of the week, he had 200 for the death certificates. And he had, we had everything cleared out the condo. Had some days where we were laughing, joking, boom, boom, whatever. And I'm like, maybe, just maybe we can salvage this. You feel me? And then the service wasn't until, because it was March 3rd, she passed on her birthday. And then March 21st was the service. And then she was cremated because nigga, we broke. So we mean. And then The viewing was 21st, and the 22nd was the service. And at the end of the day, I was like, I felt like I was going to somebody else's funeral, somebody else's family's funeral. And you shouldn't feel like that, because I feel ashamed of all of them, because nobody really. I'm over here in fucking West Bumfuck Virginia. I love West Virginia, but like from the city, you call it Bumfuckville. It is what it is. But I'm out here doing the best I can, trying to make a living, trying to survive. And you know what I'm saying? I don't have family support like that. Just don't. Neither side, for real. But that happened, and I asked my daughter if she could come up. I really wanted all of them to come up, but you know, she was her and her husband, and they were able to come up, and she brought my youngest. And it's funny because when they came up like a couple days before the actual services, and remember now, my brother kept all of the photo albums, right? My mom had at least 10, and they were all full of our whole lives. You feel me? None of my kids, because you know those are old pictures. And the slideshow was 20 minutes long. And you know, in the slideshow, it's like seconds as each picture goes. You can speed up, slow down, whatever. But can you imagine how many pictures go into a 15-minute slideshow? A lot, right? There's a lot of fucking
That's
pictures.
what I get for smoking.
My we went to his house because again, like we were like communicating a little bit, we were like interacting, so to speak. And this motherfucker, who's a computer programmer, been doing it for the longest and makes 6 figures every time he has contract work for the government. Very, very computer literate, as they say. Had not a single picture of my kids in the slideshow. 15 minutes, y'all. It wasn't 15 pictures, it was 15 fucking minutes. I didn't really catch it when we were sitting at his house. But the service, when we went to the service, and then in the service, it's playing the same fucking slideshow that was going on, shows, whatever. He had 4 pictures of me. 2 of me and her, and then 2 of my baby pictures that I don't even fucking count that shit. His kids, at least 10 to 12, and then a bunch of her play family. But like, I don't give a fuck about me. Could have not put not one single picture in there of me. But my kids ain't get shit to neither one of you motherfuckers. And you didn't have none. I got 5 kids, right? Not a single picture of none of her grandkids in there. Not a single goddamn, and there ain't no excuse because Facebook, you have the legal right to steal. You can go on somebody's account and literally save. I had thousands of pictures of my kids on my Facebook. You could pick one. Could have put one of each. Not a fucking one. And we're in the front fucking row. You feel me? My daughter came from Alabama, bitch. 12 hours with her motherfucking husband, pregnant, and my youngest daughter, just to sit on the front row, because that's where the immediate family sits, and I see shit of their likeness in there whatsoever. And then I'm like, the whole time looking at, I ain't think about shit else. You know, looking at that fucking screen as them pictures are going and going and going. I'm hoping I'm not really seeing what I'm seeing. Embarrassed as fuck. And I'm like, I don't even feel like I belong here. I almost didn't go. For real. But I went, do the right thing, and when that portion comes during the service, where it's like, if y'all have something to say, them motherfuckers in that church should have fucking been scared. Because if I fucking would have got on that goddamn mic and spoke my fucking mind, they was not gonna like me. That's why I stayed my ass in that fucking seat and said goddamn word. Just watch the fucking body sit in that fucking coffin. And I'm like, it looks so peaceful now. It looked that peaceful a month ago. and then I hear people on the stage. They didn't know who the fuck I was. The friends in the church or whoever. Like, you know, she had 2 kids. You read the obituary before you sat your punk ass down. How the fuck you know I'm not the baby? I'm on the front row. Who else am I? They gave this motherfucker, who we gonna get to next, all acknowledge, oh yeah, you know, oh what's up, and these motherfuckers have known her since before I went to prison. You'll have a long time of knowing her kids. Yeah, I've been gone, been trying to fucking survive. You feel me? With no fucking immediate family support. But at the end of the day, you literally just, and then get grandkids on the front pew. And y'all can't say that.
I know that feeling.
I wanted to blow that bitch up. Not her, she dead already. But I mean, I want to blow
Don't say
that
that.
church
They're
up.
gonna
I
report you to
want
the
to fuck that
anti-terrorist
rehab.
organization.
But I'm not a petty motherfucker. I'm not a venomous type motherfucker. So I mean, a lot of people are, but I'm not. I that was when I first coined the phrase, I swallowed that bullet.
Yeah.
Because that was the worst thing I've ever dealt with. Ever, really, everything. Worst that I've ever dealt with. And I still have not grieved and probably won't. Because you were going to cut me out the wheel, you didn't want me to have shit, and this motherfucker literally was being a straight ass snake. You got me to fund the death certificates for the life insurance money that I never received. At the end of the day, fuck that. That shit is literally just, I'm not grieving. I'm angry. And I'm learning how to, I'm surprised I talked this long without fucking losing my fucking mind. Having a meltdown.
Feels good. Keep
But at the end of the day, the story needs to be told. And this is my platform. I'm saying, fuck I want on my platform. I'm going to get my shit out. And I'm not going to tell you no lies. I'm not going to pad no stories. I'm telling you the story as it happened. But I do want to back up. And I'm ended with this one. When he had the appointment with the funeral home, I'm coming from an hour and a half away to DC. And this is what I like. I say karma don't play about me. The universe don't play about me. Karma's instant. Been instant lately. I'm waiting on this motherfucker to get his. Somebody call him and say, this motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what it is. It got hit by a bus. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Karma carry the fuck up. Period. But I was late getting there. He was in the back for 30 minutes. Right? And when I got there, I told them who I was, you know, and and they said, well, your sibling is back there already. And so I'm like, in my head, I'm like, want you to be back there? All right, was it? And he said, he wants you to wait out here. You said right. He told them to tell her son, who should be knowing what the fuck you're talking about, to wait out in the waiting room.
Yeah,
That was actually, you know what? I'm sorry, I take it back. That was one time Carmen said, I waited out there for 25 minutes, bro. 25. He been back there for 25, and I waited in that fucking waiting room for 25 minutes, tapping my toes like, fuck this, I'm out. And it was 2 seconds before I was about to be out. I see his little fat ass fucking goddamn waddling down like fucking goddamn the Fifth Element type shit. You remember the aliens that came with the key and shit? The Gorks. Gork ass nigga.
Is that fucking ogre?
To come down with a fucking, you know how like motherfucking dog has his tail between his legs, and that's how he was. Because why? Because in order to do a cremation, all siblings have to sign off on it. If I would have dipped, he would have been fucking screwed. Hindsight, I didn't know. But he comes out like, yeah, well, you know, we're gonna do cremation, blah blah blah, and then it's like we both got to sign off on it. And in my head, I was like, yeah, bitch, we do. The fuck is wrong with you? I should have been back there. And now you know what they had to do? They had to let me go back there and redo everything they was fucking talking about that you could have just let me in there to fucking begin with. See how petty, horrible, and vicious and poisonous that was? He didn't even want me in the process of like the final, you know, whatever that is that you call that, the decisions and all that. He didn't even want me to be in there. Like I'm just some distant cousin. Bitch, that's my mom too. You know, whatever. That's my mom too. That was fucked up.
Yeah. No, flat out.
That was like, cause you literally came 2 seconds before I got in my motherfucking truck and rode the fuck back home, blocking all you motherfuckers. Who would have had a service then if I wasn't about, you know what I'm saying?
But you would have regretted that more than
I would have. No, I wouldn't have.
you'd have left,
That nigga treated me like a bitch. Fuck no, I wouldn't have regretted that. Figure that shit out. That's what that would have been. And that's literally put me on the path to like, I don't give a fuck.
that's my level of petty though. I like to
That
stay
wouldn't
around.
have been petty.
No,
You
my level
can't
of petty
be-
is to stay around. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, yeah,
I'm here. Like
I got a bad
You
habit.
gotta
I want
look-
to see things through that. But hindsight, I wish I'd have left and said fuck them, because they both said fuck me. Beautiful fucking goddamn urn, $150, gorgeous, purple with hummingbirds on it, because purple was her color, and still mine too, because it was her color. And at the end of the day, that was, you know, like, because he said that they was going to give him. We could split the ashes. I don't know. He could split the ashes. He could have, okay, and he's supposed to get this beautiful thing, package deal, whatever. You feel me? And I was gonna have my purple like urn that was gorgeous.
miniature version.
No, it was a full ass urn. I just wasn't gonna have a full urn of ashes. I would have had half of that.
They gave me a miniature version.
And come to find out, they wasn't giving. He was gonna get a box. They showed him an urn that he could have added the price.
Yeah.
He ended up getting a box. No, he ended up.
That's not funny.
No, he ended up getting my urn. Cause yeah, that part. So that was real fucked up. And again, I can go on all night. I'm not gonna do that because you know. Yeah, I just got to tune in to part 2, season 5, episode 1, because
Come back.
is that so much more. And it's not putting my family on blast, it's me dumping the emotional, toxic trash that I hold in my head that I don't share with nobody. So this is me releasing and letting God handle that shit. So,
If you don't give it to God, give it to Medea. She'll take care of it.
but at the end of the day, this is real shit. My story. Away from a 5-year-old who's been bruised and battered their entire life. But we're gonna work this shit out. So thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for coming in and taking time, even if it was 5 minutes, 5 seconds, you know. Likes, comments. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It'll let you know when the shows are rocking and when they're coming through. I'm gonna keep them coming. I was gonna keep it coming, boss. So, you know, we're gonna do this on a regular because this is what I like to do. Where's my
For sure.
end stream button? That's crazy. Oh, there it is. These updates be killing us at the top, man. But no, thank y'all for joining. Thank you for coming in. And we're gonna see you in the next one. Part 2 to the 5-year-old, the funeral, and the fallout. I promise you, it's gonna be even more juicy because I got a lot more fans need to let y'all know about.
We unpacking some shit.
I'm unpack all that shit. It's not gonna sit here on 3 hours because no, y'all don't watch the fuck show for 3 hours. You ain't gonna do that. But
Yes, they will.
well, we ain't about to try it on this one.
Not this.
Hey, until next time, Babu is spoken.